That's right. It's another effing podcast, and I am your host, your brother, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill, and you're watching, listening to, or observing over somebody's back shoulder, the Bantha Bunch Show. That's right. Whether you're listening from the Nerds at Night channel or whether you're listening from the Drunk Banthas channel, shout out to y'all. And if you're just listening on a podcast somewhere, wherever you get your podcast, shout out to you as well. Damn. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Right now we're live on Nerds at Night on YouTube. We're live on Drunk Banthas channel on YouTube, and we're also live for the first time on Instagram. Haven't done that before, like I said. Trying to see how it works out. It might not. I don't know. But as for right this very second, you guys can check us out on Instagram. At least that is alleged. So yeah. Somebody let me know if that's working. If you can. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I'm looking to see if it's working. Yeah, it's working. We live. Damn, we live in this bitch. Okay. All right, look. We're going live from everywhere really nicely. I see everything looking good, looking great. Y'all might be wondering what the heck is going on right there. We got, come on, Producer Penny. Producer P over here kicking it. She fell asleep. She got tired. You okay? You okay? All right, cool. She's feeling good. We're going to bring her back in later. You know how Producer Penny be doing sometimes. You know, she might jump off here and start humping her little puppy dog friend. And then what y'all going to do about that? You know, I'm on Instagram now for the first time, going live on Instagram. Let me tell you, Instagram has their own set of rules. So I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if this is gonna be I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that it works out well. Let's just see. I don't know if the comments will be able to be seen from Instagram. So if you're watching from Instagram, or if you're watching from, actually, no, if you're just watching from Instagram, shout out to you. Put it in the comments. If you don't put it in the comments, I can't put it on the screen, and I'll share everything. So to make sure everybody gets seen, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my day ones out there. I don't know where y'all at, but shout out to you. And shout out to all the new subscribers, man, on the Drunk Banthas channel. Y'all have been really helping us out a lot. It's been a weird month in which y'all do not give a shit about. As far as all the details of behind the scenes stuff, BTS stuff, but I can tell you this much, man. It's been a lot going on, but we got a lot more for y'all, man. I'm telling you. Like I said, we had the well, one of the big things that we had going on is we got an interview for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's an interview that's up on the Drunk Banthas channel. It's with our friend Nick Corleone. And he is from the show Warrior, and he plays Timon on the Lion King. That's a cool ass little job, man. I ain't gonna lie. 14 years he's been doing that job. That was a good time talking to him. 15 years doing that, man. That is crazy. Hold on a second. I can hear myself twice. Okay, that's better. So yeah, what y'all up to, man? Shout out to y'all. If you in the comments, say something. If you're watching, say something. I see y'all watching. You know what I'm saying? See something, say something. Y'all be terrible at the airport. Y'all in here and not saying nothing. And yeah, we every once in a while we'll go back to the Penny P cam. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Producer P. Producer P. Producer P. Say hey to the people. Oh, okay. Well, so yeah. We got producer Penny over there waiting and get it in. But today we're gonna be talking about Supacell. I know. We're supposed to have talked about this already. Well, problem was nobody had watched the damn show. So everybody got on to talk about it, and then nobody watched it except me. So we had to put a pin in that. But you know, it's all good. We keep it pushing. Just so you know, also on Instagram, if you guys are watching on there, it only lasts for an hour. After an hour, it's gonna come down, and I don't know if I'm gonna put it back up because it's a lot. What up, Film Age? How's it going, dog? Shout out to you, brother. Bruv. Yeah, so a little bit of tidbit of news. Twitter won't let us go live on Twitter no more unless you pay for it. And I said a lot of bad words at the beginning of last week's episode or this last Monday's episode of the Drunk Banthas podcast. Said a lot of bad words, and I told Elon Musk to do some things to my body that I don't feel proud of. I'm no longer proud of. I wasn't upset about it at the time. And now I'm even less upset about it. You can from the mother. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. What up, Dion? Boo at Elon. That's what I'm talking about. F Elon Musk. And I can't say the things that I said last week, but just go check it out. I mean, on Monday, but just go check it out on Drunk Banthas podcast, Nerds at Night channel, and on the Drunk Banthas channel. Now that we've gotten a little bit deeper into the video, I am going to take a shot. But this shot is brought to you by Music and Coffee Productions. That's who produces this show. We couldn't do this show without Music and Coffee Productions. I think my internet is messing up. No, we good. So yeah, I don't know what you guys got to celebrate right now, but I want to go ahead and celebrate with y'all and take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Happy Thursday. Happy almost weekend. The penultimate day leading into your weekend is Thursday, baby. And welcome to the Bantha Bunch Show. Oh, you know what? Almost jinxed us. We never have a good show. Never have a good show without this. Gotta give y'all the love. Gotta give y'all the love because we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a little bit more house cleaning. Just go over to the Drunk Banthas channel and the Nerds at Night channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the button, so the bell, so that you get updates and let you know that we are doing covering shows on the Drunk Banthas podcast on Mondays, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We're covering shows like the Game of Thrones, The Acolyte, covering The Acolyte, and The Boys. We cover The Boys. We also did Dark Matter a few weeks back too. We finished that up. So go check out all that stuff and go check out the Not Nerd Yards channel in the Discord. With all that out of the way, man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. And I had to tell it all. Oh yeah, go check out Alex's new video, the Drunk Review on the Drunk Banthas podcast. This is the Fall Guy review. And also it just pretty much posits the question as to why are movies bombing at the box office. I'm going to tell you a little bit of what I think. I think movies are bombing at the box office because niggas is broke. Mad niggas is broke. Everybody I know who got money is saving money. Everybody I know right now that's got like a lot of money. I ain't just talking about got money. I'm talking about people who got money and they broke. And they say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not broke, but they saving their money. You know what I'm saying? They more cautious than ever in this moment, in this climate that we in. So I think that people really, you know, if it's streaming on the TV in 2-3 weeks, then what the fuck do I care about going to the movies? That is like, and what do I care that y'all ain't making no money? Like, I don't care. I'm spending my money just to go see this thing, and I ain't even got it like that. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil nothing in the video. You know what I'm saying? You got to go check out the video. I'm touching on a little bit of the things that he said in there, but he also disagrees with me a little bit on some other things that I'm not gonna mention. But we brothers, so we meant to disagree at times. This is the Bantha Bunch Show, and this is episode 29. Episode 29. And it's all because of you guys. Don't forget that if you are feeling bad, feeling sad, feeling happy, feeling mad, you can go and express yourself in the voicemail. We can always, if you're feeling lonely, you don't have to try to assassinate a president, and you don't have to try to, you know, shoot up a school or anything. You could just call this number right here at the bottom of the crawl. And if you can't see that because you're listening, it's 323-680-4101. That's 323-680-4101. What will I talk about, Bill? Who the fuck's going to hear me? Why would I do this? Well, my friend, those are good questions. What you're going to do is you're going to go on there and talk about anything that you want. You'll tell me how you feel, and I will talk and I will listen to you. I won't necessarily talk to you. I might text you back, but I will listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a free line that's always available, and it's always going to be open. And I will definitely make a compilation of the video. I mean, of the voicemails once we get enough. So go on there and make yourself heard. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, political, not political, nerdy. You want to talk about Spider-Man? Go on there. Ooh, I'm trying not to burp into this microphone. So yeah, I just blew in it a little bit, but that's okay. What up? What up, Morgan? Fifth Bantha? The Fifth Bantha. Shout out to the Fifth Bantha. You know, y'all know how I met the Fifth Bantha? Y'all don't know how I met the Fifth Bantha. I met the Fifth Bantha moving into my house, my apartment. It's the first apartment that I had coming out of high school. And yeah, he was helping us move in. And we smoked a big old joint together right after that. That was before I was even smoking blunts. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even smoking weed heavy like that. My Tiny Victory says, gentlemen, live long and prosper. Didn't call us nerds today. That's cool. But shout out to all my beautiful nerds out there. We about to get it in. I do want to talk about a little bit of news. I just found out, man, breaking news. Halo, the television series on Paramount Plus, has been canceled. It has been canceled off of Paramount Plus, man. And like I said, it's a huge television show on Paramount and well covered here at the Bantha Bunch. At the Drunk Banthas podcast. And man, I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. I can kind of see why it got canceled, because it's 2 seasons. It's like the most expensive television show budget out there. It's like a movie budget for Halo. So I can kind of understand why they getting rid of it. Paramount has a lot of issues right now. Don't know if you guys know. We kind of talk about business entertainment here on the Bantha Bunch. So I could kind of talk about it a little bit. Like, The Paramount Plus, I mean Paramount as a whole has been trying to sell itself off, or at least pieces of its self. For instance, they've been trying to sell BET for the last 2 years, and they finally ended up finding this partner that was going to buy them. And then what happened is the lady who owns the biggest stock or stake in oh man, so I got a clueless millennial dad. Shout out to you, big dog, and just let you know, can't see your texts. I mean your comments on Instagram. So if you guys are on Instagram and you're commenting and I don't comment back, that's just because I haven't seen it yet. Okay. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Paramount Plus. I mean Paramount in general, the studios are trying to sell everything, right? And then they get to the point where they're getting ready to sell it. And then the lady who had the biggest share. So the way that this stuff works is, there can be many owners of Paramount, right? There can be many people on the board, but there's like certain people who have more stakes than other, and certain people might not have decision power. You know what I'm saying? And so the lady who is selling the majority of her, or she owns the majority of the decision power in Paramount, she was selling that. But for some reason in her mind, or at least she expressed recently when they pulled out of the deal with the company they were going to sell to, she said, like, look, I didn't know I was giving up my, I didn't know I was giving up my rights. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving up everything. I'm just trying to sell y'all a piece of it. So, what do you want with that? If you're buying Paramount, why would you not want decision-making power? So yeah, of course, they backed out of the deal. And now, if I'm not mistaken, they are suing Paramount to get this bread. And why are they suing them? It's just they pull out of a deal. What could be the problem? Well, allegedly, they're suing due to excuse me. It's not allegedly that they're suing. They are definitely suing, but allegedly they're suing because of racial discrimination issues that have taken place during the negotiation process. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even know these niggas was black. Okay. I didn't even know I had no idea these niggas was black. So I'm like, okay, now that makes a little bit more sense, because they pulled out of the deal like 2 months ago or a month and a half ago. And then they started getting sued like a week ago. The lawsuit came out a week ago. And now, damn near to the day, a week later, they done canceled one of their bigger shows. So I didn't see anything in the article that I read about the cancellation. About it wasn't about ratings or anything like that, like subscriptions or anything like that. It's just, we broke, man. They broke over there. They have the worst performance on the stock market right now when it comes to the big studios. I don't know, they used to be the big four or the big three, but I don't know what you call them now. But all the studios, the bigger studios, movie studios, they're performing the worst. Movie and television. Paramount has been performing the worst, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Can y'all tell me something that y'all watch on Paramount Plus? Because I can't think of nothing that I watch on Paramount Plus. Why do I have Paramount Plus? Man, that's a good question. But anyway, I can't think of nothing that I have that I watch consistently on Paramount Plus. If y'all got something, let me know, because I need to watch something different. every once in a while. Paramount Plus. What last thing I watched on Paramount Plus was one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but it's the Mission Impossible movie. So that's the last thing I watched on there was Mission Impossible. Morgan said I watched Star Trek and Beavis and Butthead. Laugh out loud. Oh shit, Beavis and Butthead's on there. Fucking hell yeah, dog. I need to check that out. And then Film Edge says I watched Twin Peaks. I just heard about that. And then Talking Turd can't say I have ever watched Paramount Plus or Paramore Plus. I like that. I'm not mad at that. Oh, would you look at that? Hold on, y'all. For y'all who have never been here before, that's my doorbell. I gotta go get my doorbell. Oh, hey, look at that. It's Producer T, everybody.
Wagwan Bell. I just came from the estate. Trying to link up with the Mandem.
Wagwan. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show. How you been, man?
Pretty good. I just got back from BlurredCon out in DC, which if you don't know what BlurredCon is, that is the Black Nerd Comic-Con. And it is everything black. It is everything nerdy. It is a great time for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday. If you buy the VIP, I'm not really out there. But when we say we be outside, we literally be. I think I walked the con floor maybe like once or twice the whole weekend. The whole time I was just outside, just blazing. Whole time playing music, talking with people, looking at people's cosplays. The cosplays are always on point. It's just a good time. No matter what you like to do, you'll find it at BlurredCon. Like whether if you like talking about different animes from like the 70s up until now, whether you like Star Trek, Star Wars, if you play Magic the Gathering, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, if you play D&D, you play arcade games, play Street Fighter, all of that. Everything is just there for you. It's a good time.
That sounds like an amazing time.
It is amazing
time. That I didn't get to go now.
You gotta go next year. I'm 4 years deep in it. It's been going on for 6 years, and I've attended for 4.
I was mad before you just said that. I just said that because this is TV, but I definitely got to go to that. I have well, first of all, shout out to Lil Frothy. Lil Frothy said, and Fifth Bantha said, Wagwan T.
What up?
Lil Frothy also said, yeah, BlurredCon sounds magical. I completely agree. I am down to go next year.
Yeah, they do have podcasts that do their panels, and I always check the numbers on the rival podcast, and we like to smoke them at numbers. So it's just like we could do ours. We have like 3 times the numbers of all these people who are doing their little podcast. We need to stun on them.
We could go and kill. That's really what's going to change life for us at Nerds at Night and the Bantha's channel. We go to a con, all of us together, camera, sound. We're killing it, dog. Couple of t-shirts, well, a lot, a few t-shirts, not a couple, a few, maybe 2 hoodies and like a box of other t-shirts or something. But yeah, man, like that, because that's our family right there. You know what I mean? Like that's
it really is our demographic, and we're not catering to them in their faces.
Right, we hidden. They haven't been able to find us, and that's really gonna change life for us for real. Like, not even like financially or anything. It's just more people be aware and focus on and try to get to this good knowledge that we kicking out here every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Now for this show, it ain't gonna change nothing. I don't know what it'll do for this show.
Or more people call in.
yeah. Maybe people will call in. More people will call in and say, What's happening? Fifth Bantha says T always has the best hats.
Oh, I have a hat for y'all. I'm gonna throw hate.
This one is wild though. That one is wild.
My next wildest hat is just in case, because I always be prepared. This does not reflect any of my views except for the view of I'm not about to be harassed or killed by these people. So I got one of these. Anytime I have to go back home to Texas, I'm wearing this hat. I ain't trying to get killed. All right, here, but actually, this is my new favorite one right here.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Hat, but
it's got an earring.
It does.
That is fucking amazing. That is fucking amazing. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely always has the craziest, coolest, wildest hats. Talking Turd says not being able to be found isn't always a bad thing. Well, it isn't always a bad thing. You're right. It is always a bad thing on YouTube. I'll tell you that, goddamn.
It's a bad thing on
YouTube. I'm fucked up if people can't find me on YouTube, man. So please make sure y'all like and subscribe so that we can, be found. It makes it easier to be found. No giveaway for today, y'all. By the way, I forgot to set it up. I guess I could set it up now, but no, you know what? I'm not gonna. So, yeah, no giveaway today, guys. But I'm probably gonna just do that. Make that just a Monday thing. I don't have enough money and time to be giving away shit twice a week. It's just financially not a smart deal for me to make. But yeah, man, did you watch Halo? I know you was in on a couple of episodes where we covered it, but I couldn't remember if you actually talked about it with us or not.
No, I didn't watch Halo.
Yeah, man, it
got canceled.
Got canceled. Looks like it could get picked up by another studio or a different streaming.
What was it on?
Paramount Plus. See, that's exactly what we was talking about when you came on. It's like I don't watch shit on Paramount Plus, really. Morgan was mentioning that he watches Star Trek on there, but
I think I had it for a little bit so I could watch South Park when they were doing the new stuff, and that was it. I had it for
yeah, it was on there. Why was it on there and HBO? That's wild, right? I don't know. Some of these contracts are just
these contracts are weird. Or it's especially, what one of the big discrepancies I hate is the anime contracts between Netflix and Hulu, where they'll get Netflix will get half, always get the first parts of the season, and then Hulu will get the later stuff that's airing currently. So it's you got to watch between both of them.
Yeah, I hate that. They used to do we got it on this channel or this streaming service while it's coming out episodically, and then once it's over, then we put it out on another streaming service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's the civilized way to do it, I feel like. But yeah, you've been getting a lot of just dump it over here, dump it over there. Shogun is an example of that. Good example of that. It's available on Hulu, but it's also available on FX. And if you're watching it on Hulu, you watch it a day before, then in the next day it comes on FX. That shit's crazy. It's kind of counterproductive in ways, it seems. I guess you can just count up all of the ratings together and just
I'm guessing it has to do with some sort of Hulu contract that FX has. They're giving Hulu I guess maybe they're getting a kickback from Hulu, being hey, if you give this to our customers first, we'll give you more money if you don't release it, if you give us the first dibs on it before even you get it.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can see that would make sense, but I don't know, that's weird.
Definitely only way that's the only way I can think of it making any sense.
Oh, and to answer Fifth Bantha's question, he asked if outside if Supercell's getting a second season, and that is a yes.
Yes, it is indeed. I do not see that question, but it's getting kind of quick. It's getting kind of live in here right now. What's this here? Well, everybody's saying, dang, okay, dang, I remember the OG Shogun from the 80s. It was epic, said Talking Turd. Also said affiliation streaming. Oh, yeah. That's a yeah, so yeah, that makes sense because the FX does have a affiliation with Hulu, and they do put all of their stuff on Hulu. Does Netflix? I mean, does FX? So that actually makes a little bit more sense. Affiliation streaming is what Talking Turd had to say, Terry, as far as what we were talking about with
yeah, because I mean they have their own like whole ass section being like FX on Hulu, so they have a pretty good deal with them.
But now you can watch shit on Disney Plus, and who like all the Hulu stuff you can watch on Disney Plus. As long as you have a Hulu Premium, you can watch everything that's on there. But if you don't have Hulu Premium, you can't watch certain things on Disney Plus. So there you go for the people who probably was like, man, I don't want all this crazy stuff on my Disney Plus account for my kids to watch. Well, there you can relieve yourself. You can be relaxed. Don't relieve yourself, but you can relax because you got to have a premium account with Hulu anyway. So just don't give them your password because they're going to be on it, baby. But there's some other things that got canceled this week. I can't remember. Oh, Presumed Innocent is renewed for season 2. It was on Apple TV Plus. I hadn't seen it yet. Have you seen it?
Never even heard of it.
It's a Jake Gyllenhaal TV show, and it's catching legs, man. It's catching some legs.
What's it on?
It's on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, that's why I don't have TV.
Okay, so I was talking about earlier. Okay, so I guess this dude ain't black. I was talking about how Paramount's issues are stemming from more than just, like financial reasons that they're having to get rid of Halo because it's one of the most expensive shows in the world. And they've been having a lot of trouble. They've been trying to sell BET for like the last year and a half. But anyway, this is part of the reason that they've had a lot of issues. On Monday, they announced that billionaire Mario Gabelli sues Paramount for access to records regarding Skydance bid, alleging unfair treatment of minority investors. So yeah, they were trying to buy Paramount's properties and they backed out. And apparently there were a lot of issues that didn't come to light during the back out. So this guy is suing for mistreatment of minorities. So hey, Paramount is going through it, dog. They are going through it. I try to talk about, I know nobody really gives a shit about billionaires losing billions and millionaires losing millions. But it really does go to what we're talking about. Like, why do I get this? And why can't I get that? And why is this showing on this streaming service? And why is this other thing not showing on this streaming service? And a lot of that has to do with a lot of these movements that are taking place in Hollywood. It's generality. Hollywood, like all these fucking people are in Hollywood. These motherfuckers are all over the place making money. All the money is in New York and all the studios are in LA. But yeah, man, that's why we started talking about what do we watch on Paramount Plus. And I think I would watch Beavis and Butthead. I didn't know Beavis and Butthead was on there. I need to check that out. I didn't even watch that movie. Didn't they have a new movie that came out?
I know they had a whole new series that's come out.
Oh, it was a new series. That's what it was. That's what it was. Little Frothy said, "Wait, I might have to check that out. I had no idea there was an original Shogun." Yep, there was the 80s Shogun from 1983, I think. But yeah, I think it came out before you were born, Little Frothy, so I don't think you would have seen it. What's this? HBO Box is a pretty sweet free streaming site, but it isn't always reliable, but you can watch pretty much everything and anything for free. No sign up. So yeah, shout out to HDO Box, not HBO, but HDO Box. Go look that up, and hopefully you don't get a virus. 9 Nerd Yard says a lot of interesting Emmy nominations. You'll have to come and tell us all about them because I can't see that. I don't even have any idea what got now. Oh, one thing that did get nominated. First of all, Morgan Fifth Bantha says new series season 1 and 2 waiting on season 3 of what? Oh, Beavis and Butthead. Wow. So that's cool. 1 and 2. That's crazy. And Talking Turd says used it for several years, no issues. So HDO Box. I'm gonna have to look that up after this. What you talking about? What you talking about? No issues yet, but the government could be listening to this conversation. Damn, what was I about to say? Oh, one interesting. I don't know what Nine's talking about as far as Emmy nominations, but I only saw one. And shout out to the homies over at the Warrior TV show on HBO and now on Netflix. They got nominated for best choreography. What is it? Fight choreography? Yeah, best fight choreography of a television show. It's nominated with Fallout and some other show. Hold on. What is the other show? Oh no, I can't do anything. What was the other show? Anybody else know? Anybody know? Anybody in the chat? Nobody?
What?
What was the nominations for? You know what? I think I took a screenshot of it.
I'm trying to look up Shogun's nominations right now.
Yeah, because we did do an interview with the special effects coordinator, and
so I'm trying to see if he got a nomination.
Yeah, I'm hoping he got a nomination. But yeah, outstanding stunt coordination for drama performing in 2024. And like I said, Warrior got a nomination, Fallout, FBI, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, The Rookie. So I've never seen The Rookie and I've never seen FBI. But I'd say Warrior has an amazing chance to win this. If they don't win this, then it's some Hollywood bullshittery, like some Hollywood fuckery, because excuse me, Lil Frothy said, did Hot D get any nominations? This is for 2000. This is last year's Emmy Awards nominations, so it's not. I misspoke when I said in 2024. That was my bad. Outstanding stunt coordination for drama performing. For drama programming. Select the nominee. Oh, sorry. The screenshot I had is from where you can vote. So I don't want nobody to I don't want to give away nobody information. But yeah, we go. Shout out to all the homies over there. We interviewed one of the stunt performers of Warrior. She Jenny Umbao. Shout out to you, girl. Appreciate you. She's a friend of the show for real, for real. And shout out to Nick Corleone. And I guess he did have some stunts. So Yeah, man. Some friends of ours are going to win an award, and that sounds cool. I'm happy for them. uh, Talking Turd says Hollywood is full of fuckery. The piano beat Goodfellas as best movie in 1992. You are absolutely right about that, sir. I ain't gonna lie. That is bullshit. Cause but you know, that's also discrimination. They don't like Italians in America, especially in 92. You know what I mean? Hey. It was a bad time, you know. Hey. Lil Frothy said, still haven't seen the piano. Looks boring. Well, no spoilers for Lil Frothy on the piano. It was boring. It's an Oscar award winning movie in the early 90s. I'm telling you, all of them motherfuckers are boring. The best picture, all of them motherfuckers are boring. My mom used to watch the Oscars every year. Can anyone quote the piano? Says Talking Turd. No, nobody's seen it. Forrest Gump beat Pulp Fiction. I will say Forrest Gump. And well, first of all, that's 1994, and 1994 is the best movie year of all time. It is, even if you want to debate that, you cannot debate that it is the best drama movie year of all time. Because also, don't forget that Shawshank Redemption came out that same year. So, yeah, for any of those movies to come out, I mean, either of those movies to come out over on top of Shawshank Redemption, I mean, shit. I don't think I couldn't stand for it. I can't stand for it. What you think, producer Pete? Just think. Oh, hey, got nothing? All right. Maybe we'll come back to her later. she'll gonna participate in the show at some point. One day. Eventually, I think. But I've been waiting on 9 because he wanted to watch. He talked about it. He said he wanted to watch him. I don't know if I can wait on him all night. You know what I'm saying? Because we do eventually have to talk about Supacell. I don't have any crazy music for it because this show didn't have no crazy music. And it didn't even have, like, okay, before we really jump into the show, I didn't like the cold open on this show. You know what I mean? Like the cold open didn't get me. I like being into that kind of shit, you know? I like being into that kind of shit. And it just didn't, that shit didn't really hit for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't really have like a good opening. It definitely wasn't like a Top Boy type deal where they like had a nice song. There was never really any music. That's what kind of why I liked Top Boy a whole lot, because it would introduce me to a lot of UK drill music that I was interested in, and I felt like this show didn't. It had one or two songs I feel like I need to go back and look up, but it didn't have enough music cues for me that were going on, which is weird because the creator and writer is a hip hop artist. His name is Rap Man.
Yeah, Rap Man, man.
I figure like the intro would have like better music, something to hook you. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I can't remember what the movies that Rap Man. He did one other movie before this, and I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, him being a rapper, you'd think there'd be more music cues, but maybe that saved them on the
money. I was like, probably saved the money, but I also would have thought they just would have used more of his tracks.
That's true. Unless they couldn't get him cleared through his
company. Then sometimes you can't even get you create something, but you can't even use your own thing because it's held by somebody else, really, the license for it.
Or the studio don't fuck with the other, like the movie studio. So let's just say Universal Studios produces it. But his record company is with Warner Brothers. Sometimes they're not gonna trade that off. And the reason I use those two companies is because they both do music and they both have movie studios. So yeah, if you were trying to do something like that, if somebody was trying to do something out of spite, they might say, you know, go fuck yourself, pull a Drake on you, and then cease and desist your ass. So yeah, you gotta look out for that kind of stuff. Nine says go on without me, so we will. You see, so
I just looked up the Emmy nominations, and yes, Michael Cleat, friend of the show, it got nominated. Well, him and it's the whole team, but
right.
you know, he's the main supervisor, and everybody under him gets listed. But yep, he did get the Emmy nomination for outstanding special visual effects in a season or a movie for 2024.
Yeah, we're in there, baby. I told him,
friend of the show in there.
I told him on the show, I said, you gonna be the Emmy Award winning Michael Cleat. And no, go ahead.
No, I was just like, yeah, we told him, I was like, you're at least gonna get the nominations. Like, we know, like, you're gonna get the nomination, bro.
Gonna get the nom. Now, this is what's dope. I was afraid he was gonna be in there with House of the Dragon. But see, it's too soon for them to get the nod. So I think he really gonna win because
so his competition is gonna be Ashoka,
okay,
Avatar: Last Airbender, All Out, and Loki.
I don't know how Fallout got in there. I don't know how Fallout got in. That's Amazon money that got them into this nomination. They should not be in a nomination for a TV show that came out a month ago. Like it wrapped up 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. We were just talking about it on Mondays, 8 p.m. Pacific time on the Drunk Banthas podcast. So I don't understand how it even got nominated. I also don't understand how Warrior got nominated. Goddamn, Warrior's been off for a year. So I don't know how these things work, but I'm just happy that Shogun and Warrior got nominated. It's going to be Asian as hell at the Emmys this year, man. It's going to be Asian as hell. I'm so looking forward to it because honestly, being a little greedy, I'm definitely getting them interviews, cuz. I'm definitely getting them interviews, cuz. Like, that's definitely happening, cuz. I meant to send out the damn email today. Cuz friends with the people who do that shit. And they've rocked with us. Shout out to everybody on that cast who gave us a bunch of likes on the on everything that we've been doing. I'm not even going to put them out there like that, but they've been sharing and liking stuff for no damn reason other than they fuck with us, so we appreciate it. But let me read down this shit because it's all about Supercell. I wish I had some music to play for Supercell.
Well, you know, they had music in this show.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. Like, damn, I wish I had some music.
Like scenes where they were in cars transitioning or at the club, and they were playing some like good music. I was like, "Well, turn it up a little bit. I'm trying to hear this music. I'm trying to like Shazam this shit, and you're not loud enough."
Yeah, it just wasn't hitting like that. I guess I could do. No, that's too fast. This will work. So. This show, Supercell, is a British superhero television series created by the rapper and filmmaker Rockman. Yeah, you feel me, fam? Who saves? Who? I was going to do a British accent. That is not going to work. Who also serves as showrunner, writer, and lead director. It's a show about a group of seemingly ordinary black people from South London. There's nothing ordinary about black folks. First of all, y'all disrespect them. And unified by a family history of sickle cell disease, unexpectedly develop superpowers. They discover each other and fend off entrapment by a secret organization seeking to control them with a powers. Rap Man, like you said earlier, Terry created the show, wrote the show, directed the show. God damn. Oh, he directed along with Sebastian Thiel. Just want to make sure Sebastian gets his love out there. And, you know, cast members are Tossin Cole, Adedayo, excuse me, Eddie Marson, Calvin Dimba, Getz, Digga D, Robbie G, and a couple other niggas that don't matter. They don't matter. Because they're not real actors. I think I named some rappers actually after that. Digga G is a member of the Sixers, a gang rivaling the Tasers. Yeah, so yeah, it was a couple of rappers in there that I just named. But yeah, man, spoiler alert, okay? If you want to watch this show, push mute, don't leave, just hit mute, and I'll do this when it's time to come back. But this black people in South London, apparently South London is very black. I didn't know that until a couple of years ago, but yeah, South London is very black. And one of the first scenes we get in this show, I didn't even realize is that till the end, or it didn't hit me until the end. Our main character, Michael, he has the power to freeze time. But before he figures that out, we see him with his mother dealing with treatments in the hospital for sickle cell.
It keeps popping up. I think me and Nine were about on like the 4th episode, and I'm deep into a couple bowls, and I just go 9, sickle cell, Supacell. I think they're related. I don't think they just keep giving us PSAs for black people to make sure you don't have sickle cell. Because the whole time I thought they were just really just trying to bring in the message of black people. Make sure go get tested and see if you have sickle cell.
Same.
The first the whole time I just thought it was just a PSA, but not related to the plot.
It's same. The first time they said it, I was like, huh, you know what? That's gonna give people some confidence to go get tested for sickle cell. If you feeling exhaustion, if you know, do your joints hurt for no reason, maybe you have sickle cell. Like, I was like, oh, okay.
They were just talking about like sickle cell. Yes, that's the disease black people have. Well, a majority of us have it, but anyone can get it. But you still need to go get tested. I was like, yeah.
What's this? What's going on right here? Morgan said Ratman is awesome. Okay, I wasn't familiar with Ratman until recently. Talking Turd says yes, it is.
There was a huge.
Yes, it is. It is. There is a huge Afro-Caribbean community in South London, originally from the UK.
Yeah.
You're originally from the UK, Talking Turd? Let me know. But yeah, man, sickle cell, crazy disease. Just so y'all know, if you're not aware, sickle cell is mostly 90%, 99%. No, hold on, I got it right here. Sickle cell is a disease of the blood condition that is particularly common in people with African or Caribbean ancestry, and more than 90% of people in the United States with sickle cell are non-Hispanic, Black, or African American. In the United States, about 1 year, in the United States, about 1 in every 365 Blacks or African American babies are born with sickle cell, and about 1 in 13 are born with sickle cell trait, which means that I guess you don't have any of the like health issues that come around with it, or like it's not a debilitating disease for you. You're just
a carrier of it, like you can probably pass it on.
You can definitely pass it on to your child as
it's recessive.
Right.
However, in this show, if you were a person who had that trait, instead of the worryingness of giving it to your kids, you got a superpower instead.
You get a superpower, bro, with a super cell, bro. So, before I get too deep into what I thought about this show, I want to talk about some of the coverage for this show, right? Like on YouTube, And otherwise, there's a lot of people who, who really wanted to cover this show, but they seemed uncomfortable, and or when they did cover the show, they were just like, they were completely comfortable, and they were too far on the other end. Like, people were like, the people, for instance, people who were too far with the love for it, they was just so happy that it wasn't. But it was probably as many white people as have sickle cell in the world. That's how many of them were in this movie. I mean, in this TV series, that's how many white people was in this TV series.
And one of the main ones that was in the show actually came from another all black show, and of course my favorite show. And if you want to know about that show, then come check it out on Nerds at Night. But Top Boy, he was in season 1, season 2, and he did a cameo of season 3 in the show Top Boy, which is another show that's based in the south of London. That's deal more with just the drug dealing aspect and the hard life. It's kind of one half of what we see in Supercell with the character Taser, of him being, running the mandom, being out on the estate, getting what do they call it? A box. Got to pick up 2 boxes and sell that fam, and get a. But it's more has to deal with that, like the whole actual drama of being in the bad part of South London and being a drug dealer and running the mandom and stuff like that. So he comes from Top Boy, actually. And there's another character. He's one of the Tower Boys with Taser. He was like the one driving the car, mostly the youngest, not Tiny, the younger one, but a little bit older than Tiny. But he's also from Top Boy season 1 and 2.
Okay. I see. Lil Frothy said when talking about South London, she said probably the only place to get yummy food.
Chippy.
Yeah. Talking Turd says, yes, I am a Brit, but lived in North America almost 20 years. Well, yeah, you're American. That's just how it is.
His last comment, I fuck with you on that one.
Toronto also has a large Afro-Caribbean community and a huge festival Caribbean each year. What is it? Carabana each year. Anyway, next one that you were just talking about, Terry, Talking Turd says the UK version of Utopia is very, very good. Was better than the Amazon version.
Well, I don't even think I bothered to watch the American. Every time there's an American show come out and it's from the UK and it's a drama or action or something like that, and as long as it's not comedy, comedy's kind of hit or miss, but I will watch the UK version first. And I watched the UK version of Utopia, and I'm so sad that it ended and they didn't give it more seasons, because another one of my favorite UK actors, Nathan Stewart Jarrett, is on there, and he played in another UK show that I loved a whole bunch, and that was Misfits, which Supercell reminds me of Misfits because it's like random, dirty South Londoners, white and black, just get superpowers and shit, just a bunch of.
I want to ask you about that because you were saying you don't ever watch shows that get remade over here. Would you watch a remake of Misfits over here if they did it?
I remember they were talking about it, and I was thinking, I was gonna give it a shot, of course, but I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as the UK version.
Right. Talking Turd says the UK don't got many actors. And,
but the ones you do got, I love seeing them and shit. Because who made it big that was also in Misfits? He's in
the Ramsey Bolton.
Also, not just Ramsey Bolton. That's another one. That's one. Oh, God, there's so many of them that came.
And then the other dude who was in The Preacher.
Umbrella Academy.
Hold on.
And the dude from Preacher, I forgot he was. Yeah, I remember he got carried. I loved him.
Who's the one from Umbrella Academy?
The one that could talk to dead people.
Oh,
Remember, he was
yeah, he's the one who died. Wait a minute. So
yeah, he was the best one in Misfits.
yeah, so wait, that's what everybody does. Is that what he does in everything he's in so far? He just
He's
dies.
the dude that can like die and have death power. Yeah, he got carried over with the same fucking power, and I was like, that's funny. But
Wow.
he's good as shit.
Wow.
And
So
he
yeah, we
takes
just
it
named
over.
damn near everybody that's on the
On Misfits. No, and you know who fucked up their shit was the girl who played Kelly.
Which one played Kelly? Which one was Kelly? The black girl?
No. The white girl with the real thick. God, couldn't really understand what she was saying most of the time because her accent was thick. You know what I'm saying? But she's not a slug. Her. She fucked up her career.
What did she do? What did she do?
She is apparently racist against Pakistani people and got an altercation with a taxi driver she beat up and was yelling racial slurs at him after she had just won her BAFTA for Best Actress for Misfits. Like she definitely had the most stardom power, and we would be seeing her in so much shit. But that's why you don't see her in so much shit.
I need to rewatch Misfits because I can't remember that girl.
Kelly, like she was the super British one that was like a slag. They said,
right. I just remember the black girl. That's all I remember.
She's been in a few things, not as much as the guys have.
Right. And then the black dude, I ain't seen him in nothing.
He was in Candyman.
I didn't see Candyman. You talking about the newest one? Yeah, I didn't see that
one. Yeah,
Alex watched that one. I ain't seen that one.
He is also in. He just did something.
Talking Turd says, if you like comedy, you should check out Peep Show. It's possibly the funniest UK comedy.
I've watched Peep Show at least three or four times over. Shout out to my man Super Hans. That was my favorite character out of all of them. And I love the way Peep Show was filmed. It is always from the first person view of one of the two main characters. Their last name is Mitchell and Webb. I want to say like David Mitchell and something, maybe John Webb. I don't know their UK names, but their last names are Mitchell and Webb, and they're a comedy duo. And that was like one of their first major shows. It got nine or 10 seasons. Oh, I feel like we should just have a show about talking about UK shows because a lot of them are always all interconnected too.
I love UK shows. I love UK like black UK shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I like what they call
your cousin. I have so many questions because Billy Piper is one of my ex-wives right there, future ex-wife right there.
Oh, hold on.
I thought he said I'm from the same town as Billy Piper. And I was like,
yeah, for the listening audience, Talking Turd said, I am from the same town as Billy Piper from Doctor Who. My younger cousin used to date her when they were at school. Film Age says, what up, Film Age? You jumping in here. Spaced Gots the funniest UK crown.
And I kind of misspoke when I said, UK comedies can be wishy-washy, but my favorite UK comedy was an old show that just got renewed for another season after being off the air for like 15 fucking years or some shit. But Red Dwarf is coming back and they're going to have a new season and I'm so pumped. That was like the first show that made me a stoner and one of the first shows that really got me into Netflix. And this was during the disc age. Of Netflix, because I remember this show coming on when I was like 7 or 8. It would come on like PBS and me and my dad would watch it. And I was like, Netflix had all the seasons and I would get each disc, like, week by week, I would get my new disc. And I was like, oh yeah, time to smoke a bowl and watch some. It was my litmus test to see if I was high, because if I watched this show sober, it really didn't make me laugh. But when I was high, and I could tell when I was high enough, because then everything would start cracking me up about this show.
Talking Turd says Space also is great, but Peep Show Peep Show. Okay, look,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, I gotta see now.
I don't know nothing about Peep
Peep Show is too funny, too anxiety. It's yeah. You gotta watch it. You're gonna relate to it.
What's this here? Talking Turd says I could be willing to be a guest. Yeah,
we have to vet you for a little bit, and it's someone that's ruined the random guest appearance.
Yep.
On our show, so now we have to vet people, but
We have to vet.
You're passing the test so far.
Yeah, we have a 7-day vetting process. You'll have to go on Instagram or Twitter, whichever one you use, and follow us and DM us at drunk banthas at drunk underscore banthas on Twitter and at drunk banthas on Instagram, and we can vet you. And that goes for anyone, by the way. You want to be a guest on the show, you better have something to fucking talk about, one. And then two, you gotta send me a message on one of those two socials. They're at the bottom in the description, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, do that, because if you don't do that, then I gotta vet you. Can't just have people on. He says Doggy Turd says, I have been a YouTuber for almost 10 years. Damn, that's a long ass time. Yeah, we would love to have you on. Don't get it.
Yeah, you talking UK shows. That's a good one. I can't let
absolutely.
that by.
We can talk UK all day, bro. We can talk it all day, bro.
You're so mad at us for doing those damn things.
Yeah, look. You're gonna have to deal with these fake British.
Yeah, deal with our terrible British accents.
I got friends in Nottingham, though. I got friends in Nottingham for real, bro. You get me? Shout out to Jonathan and them. What's he talking about? The fifth Bantha. You gonna vet me too? I want to come back on. He says, well, motherfucker, you have been vetted and you're not allowed. Get out of here.
These nuts. Ha, got him.
Nah, yeah, Morgan, you can come on whenever you want to come on. You're good. You know what time it is. You've been vetted over the last 20 years so 15 years. That's how that works. So yeah, we get back on track. Our main character of this show, I don't want to say that there's a main character of this show, right? Like it's
divided into 4.
Yeah,
4 or 5, really.
Is it evenly divided, or do you feel like Michael's dominating?
I feel like Michael's more of the main character, but everybody else gets some time. But he's more of the. If I'm gonna say they're the main character, it is Michael. But
yeah,
there's still more 4 other more stories that get their time.
Yeah. Michael. I didn't never hear them say his last name, but it says here his name was Michael Lasaki, a delivery driver and a super with the ability to teleport and manipulate time.
I think his powers are pretty much the most OP ones. I think he has the most powers too.
He is the only one, at least at this point in the game. Actually, no. So yeah, he is the only one in this moment when we first start from the point of view of this time period that we're in the show. Because when he goes to the future, the speed dude, he has the ability, what's his name? Rodney.
I think Rodney's one of my favorites because I love his accent the most.
I love Rodney. I loved him. Yeah, he was,
and because he's partners with my other favorite actor, Jim, or I guess Spud. Spud is the name in this show.
Yeah, Rodney is played by Calvin Dimba. He shows that he has the ability to not only be a speedster, but he threw some kind of like electric charge when they went to that future version of themselves, or when Michael went to the future and saw themselves in the future. So that was a little OP, you know what I mean? Like he might, or they might all develop more powers.
And he can heal, so we know that for sure that he has
He's
the
not
speed
super
factor.
Yep. He's regular old Black Flash. And if this was the 70s, that would be his name, is Black Flash.
Black Flash.
But yeah, Michael is tasked by his future self. Well, first of all, after being killed by their friend or a future friend, Teo, he he goes back in time to the point right before he meets Taser, and Taser stabs him to death, and he convinces them that his Taser and his buddies not to kill him this time. But he doesn't know how it really happened. He's confused. He don't, superpowers. I don't know. Is it a dream?
Like he's having deja vu.
Right. But then he ends up going back in time to the future while he's just about to try to get some dussy. He's about to try to do some, you know what I'm saying? He just proposed to his fiance, and it's about to go up. You know what I'm saying? Life is good. But then he goes to the future, sees his future self and his future friends, his future super black friends. And we not talking about nobody in Atlanta, y'all. He's still in London in what looks like almost like a apocalypse.
Very empty,
no destruction, really, just empty. And so they go there, and he sees them fighting, and his future self warns him that his girlfriend Dion, or now fiance Dion, will die 3 months from the day that he has proposed to her. Now he has the opportunity to save her, but spoiler alert, he ends up speeding up the process of her dying. Actually, it's like this bitch died before 3 months, way before 3 months. I don't think he got outside this week. He was still in the same week. Niggas is dead already. Yo, before we go into I'm just trying to stay with his characters. We're gonna be jumping back and forth, but with his character, man, him and Dion. Do you feel like Dion just shouldn't have been there? Did they do her character a disservice by making her so stupid that she just doesn't leave this area where superheroes or supervillains are fighting and killing each other? Like, don't you think it's time to leave the party?
I mean, I probably would. If I don't have the superpowers myself and can't keep up, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, I just felt like they did her character a disservice. Like, it just, like, maybe she still dies, but can she not die because she's too stupid to leave? Did she have to just
been got the fuck up out of there? Like, you can't get up out of there.
And Michael tells her, how many times does Michael tell her to leave? 5?
Like 4 or 5 times.
Man, no. That's not. You can't do nothing 4 or 5 times unless you're Kendrick Lamar. You can't do it that many times in a row. Like, you can't play. You can't tell me that many things. I mean, you can't tell me something that many times in a row, and you can't play a song that many times in a row unless you're Kendrick Lamar. And that's just how that works in 2024. But yeah, I just felt like that was a bad move. She done solved all of this puzzle on her own without the help of any of the superheroes throughout 6 episodes. And then we get to that last episode and we just decide, she's dumb. She's too dumb to get out of her own way. It was just a little bit disappointing, but didn't hate her character too much other than that. Or what they did with her character too much other than that.
I'm curious of how they're gonna address the time travel issues. Like, will they go back? Will he go back in time and ever try and save her again? Or
he says that he can't at the very last, like in the last episode, like before he goes to the future to find out what's going on or what happened, who's in charge. He says that he realizes he can't go back in time and save her. It's just this is how it's gonna be. So I gotta just live with it. But
I mean, because you already went back in time technically and changed something. You made her die faster. So, but I mean,
well, no, but to your point, there's 2 times because that's a question that I wrote down here. Like, why can't Michael go back in time and save her? Because 2 times in this series he dies. Once at the first episode,
almost 3 times that it has saved him.
What was the 3rd time? I just remember him dying at the beginning when he meets Taser, and then he goes back in time and boom, I'm not dead. And then he dies when Crazy stabs everybody to death.
I guess I'm counting stopping himself from dying.
Oh, okay.
I was that time when he was meeting with the Tower Boys, and then the Sixers came and they ran off the other way, but they cornered him, and then they went to shoot him, but he was able to like stop the bullet instead of like rewinding time when he had died. He was able to stop time this time to prevent it and like see what was going to happen. So that's why I was counting that one being like, well, because I was like, his power's pretty OP because it like 3 times it has stopped him from death.
Exactly. And I just but to me, those 2 were the conflict in what he's saying as far as like her death. Like, you could go back in time and stop this. Now they could say, well, he doesn't know how, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like maybe they're trying to do he doesn't know how to go that far back in time. But we do know he can go pretty far forward. Well, I'm not sure how far forward, but like far enough to where he could grow his hair out and get it braided. So maybe a year or so, a couple of years. I don't know.
Exactly. I'm just tripping on the back in time part. Like, how can you not go back in time? You keep doing it. So you only can do it when you die. Nigga die. He can't die. You gonna kill him. He just jump back. That's a big plot hole for me, but not a big issue as far as like, if y'all haven't seen this series, that ain't gonna make you not like this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still would, I mean, maybe listening to us tell you the whole goddamn show, that probably will help you not want to see it. That probably will do it. But if other than that, you should probably go watch it. Is this the blackest show of all time?
Is not of all time, but in the current times of right now, yes. Well, it's the blackest thing Netflix has put on in a while since they cloned Tyrone.
They cloned Tyrone. It was a pretty fucking black show. I ain't gonna lie. That's a goddamn black show.
I would say
was a movie, though. That was a movie, though.
That was a movie. I mean, they produced Top Boy these last seasons, but that was like 2 years ago.
But are there like, so I was able to count, let me do the counting of the white people, okay, that are on screen, like in focus. Okay, we got the 2 bosses of what's her name? The girl with the like Jean Grey powers, not psychic powers, but she got the telekinesis.
Telepathic, yeah.
She got the telekinesis, and then she sees 2 white folks. We see one white lady that ends up being the antagonist that we find out later, and then we see the white man that is at the dinner table looking like at the when Michael gets engaged to Dion, he's like looking all at like, what you gonna say? What you gonna say? So that was him. And then the other antagonist, the white guy who is and then the white guy who comes in and kills Crazy at the end. So, or allegedly kills Crazy. Maybe Crazy's still alive. Who knows? He comes in and shoots Crazy. We can say that much. But yeah, that's 5 or 6. 5 or 6. You can see if you even can include the dude. He might have been black. I don't know. I'm pretty positive he was white. But yeah, 5 white people in 6 episodes, bro. That's a lot. I mean, excuse me, that's not a lot, but that's a lot of black folks. That's a lot of black people. I love it. I think this might be the blackest show of all time. I have to go back and watch Roots and see how many how many white folks was in Roots. I guess. Well, you know what? Like you said, in modern day, it's the blackest. Because now that I'm thinking about it, you do got Good Times. Good Times had like no white people on it ever.
Man, it's the new one, or
No, first of all, I ain't seen the new one. I don't know nothing about the new one. I don't know nothing about the new one except for I ain't watching it. But I'm just talking about the TV show. I don't remember no white people in that show. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yo, y'all let me know. Is there any white people in Good Times? Put it in the comments. But what else did I have here? Well, I was talking about the sickle cell stuff. Sickle cell people with sickle cell typically live normal lives, with the trait, the SCT, sickle cell trait. They typically live normal lives, but in extreme conditions like dehydration or intense physical activity, they can experience serious health issues, including sudden death. Man, that is crazy.
random death.
It's interesting though, because like every time that they get into high stress physical altercations, it seems that's what made their superpowers activate.
That, because sometimes it would backfire on them, even if they were in high stress, and it wouldn't. But another thing, and they do kind of address it, like when they're next to each other.
Yes,
makes it go off.
Yeah, because so things about our blood. So like if you have antibodies that have built up, they don't necessarily. So things that block, for people who may not know, your antibodies keep other things from getting into your system. So for instance, like you take a shot of something like flu, the flu is supposed to like take care of you only when the flu is around you. Your body picks up on all these other things, and it's like, oh no, we need to build up our defenses for it. And that's when it becomes more active. They call it a titer. Your titer goes up, and you have more protection against whatever said disease is. So it would make sense that when you're around someone with sickle cell, that your sickle cell traits notice those, and it picks up. It would show up more prominently in your bloodstream if you were to test someone who's around these other people at that same time. So, but this is all because they have a trait, not the actual condition that causes all of the physical issues that you would have to be hospitalized for. So it's saying here that the traits, people with the trait sometimes experience like exhaustion from physical activity. But what we see in this one is like, boom, they hit that exhaustion and physical activity, and it just hulks them up or makes them disappear or fucking whatever. Makes them fast. So that was cool. Which was your favorite power in this TV show? And you can keep it to just our main characters if you want, because there were a few powers in this that were pretty crazy. If you want, you can use anybody if you want.
I want to say Michael's power is really the most. That's the most OP one right there. I mean, he can stop time, stop certain people's time, not just like he's frozen or one. Like he can just be like, no, you right there, you're stopped in time. I thought that was real cool. Like he just pinpoint it. He can teleport. I was like, that's really good too. Just teleporting. Yeah, and he can prevent his death. So like, that's probably the best one. And then second pick, I would give it probably probably Rodney's speed power. That looked really good and fun.
Yeah.
And the healing factor to it too. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty OP.
Yeah, you don't need old girl's healing power that they had locked up. You don't need her healing power because if you got Rodney's power, you know what I'm saying? You already healed. I don't worry about nobody else. I'm trying to, I'm worried about me. And then speed in general, that's fun. He's able to later throw an electricity speed ball at you. So that's cool. Like, yeah, that would be great. But you're right. Michael got probably the best power, even though you don't even be thinking about that. Like, motherfuckers ask you, you've had people ask you plenty of times, what's a superpower you most want? Nobody really ever says the ability to freeze time. Or
It's a weird. It's a weird power. It's creepy. Like there's this skit I watch of this YouTuber, and he has like this weird character he plays. And they're like, "Oh, what kind of power would you want?" And he just busts in the room and was like, "I'd freeze time." I was like, "You would pick that power because you're a fucking weirdo. Like, why? What are you gonna do when people are frozen? What are you gonna do?" It's like, I don't know. Experiment. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Why would you pick that? Because it's a weird power. Like, why are you freezing time? Why do you need to freeze people? What are you doing with them?
The only thing that I can think of that I would do with freezing time is, because I know you didn't say this is the power you would want, but like the only thing I can think of that you would do with freezing time is like, or being able to manipulate time, go into the future and like find out bets early, or just find out, who won this and who won, and then come back and be like, bing, I'm about to get all this bread real quick. I'm putting 70,000 on whatever, whatever it is.
Yeah, and you would buff. What was his name? Biff Tannen.
Biff it, yeah.
I'd biff it. You pull a Biff.
I'm pulling all the Biffs. I'm pulling every Biff, nigga. What? Y'all are crazy. Y'all think I'm not finna get it. But then I also really, in all honesty, I could probably do that with the speed power though, right? Like I could just, I'm out. Like I got it. There's no way I could not hit all the combinations of whatever it is. Like I can figure out the combination for the security alarm.
Yeah, a lot of the power. I know if I were to somehow develop powers, the first thing I'm doing is crime.
But once, I don't need to do it multiple.
I'm not gonna do it multiple times, but I am going to do some low-level crimes.
You don't need to do high-level crimes. I'm doing like what they did in The Boys, and like get some billionaires, like not just one, like a couple, 3 maybe billionaires. Get them.
Wait, like if you're super fast, just follow around those big old bank trucks. Just wait for them to open the door and just.
That's it.
Wait for them to open up the secret ingredient is crime.
Exactly. You do have to pay attention. Make sure when you're doing that, you got to make sure that it's not a bunch of quarters, because they go to some places that's just quarters, and I don't care how fast you are, that shit heavy.
It's heavy.
But yeah, no. And also, what are you gonna do with all them quarters? Come on, man. You got it. I actually saw a dude rob one of those what do you call it, armored trucks, dude, and the sheriff guy or the security guy with all the money, he's coming out with it. He's walking down the steps, and there's this little area between, is like a doorway here and a doorway here, and in between is the stairwell. So like he caught him in the stairwell, like he was the shooter, because he had a gun. The shooter, the thief, he caught him in the stairwell, and he was like, boom, give me the money. So he takes it, he takes the bags, and then the security starts shooting at him, and the dude gets so freaked out, and the bags are so heavy, he just throws the bag down and like just takes off running out the door. That shit was so funny, because like I wasn't right there, but I was like right there, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is a crazy ass day. I'll forget about that shit sometime. But yeah, you got to make sure if you're robbing an armored truck, make sure it's not a bunch of quarters, because you will be very mad. I'm sure that dude was pissed off. But yeah, man, if you got speed powers, just blow the doors off something and get that bread. Like that's it for me, and I'm out. But
I also think I if just thinking like if I got powers, how many other people might have gotten powers? Does the government already know? And should I just really just kind of turn myself in and be like, hey, I can help you catch the rest of these motherfuckers. Like, what's up? Give me a job.
exactly.
Like would I be the dude to be like, I think I work for the government already with my superpower. I'm not trying to be no hero or rebel. That shit works in the TV shows. It's the real world. If I got powers, there's other people with powers. I'm gonna be like, I'm Patriot Man. Like, what's up? I got a military background. Like, don't put me in the tanks or nothing. Let me do my thing. I know they got other people. You don't want Russia with superpower people. Come on now, give me a job.
I think I would take a government job if I was a super.
Right, I do. I take a government job. Fuck off.
Right.
I'm American. What's up?
It's like how many other superhero or super powered people are there? You know, like I don't know. I'm not trying to get in no battle. Like I needed to be one-sided. Okay, like I'm not going out here to be fighting superpowered people. Look, that's not what I signed up for. As long as we just going out here and cracking a couple of skulls, and I just go slapping a couple of niggas, and then I go about my business.
I can like beat up a tank or something, like
yeah. Take all the like speed powers and just unscrew all the bolts on a fucking warship, aircraft carrier or something. Like, yeah, whatever. I can handle that kind of stuff. Man, you want me to go out here and fight a dude with electricity powers?
No, I'm fighting.
No, man. I'm going back to the house. Go watch me some TV, bro. Hell no.
I want to see my favorite power in this show, which is duplication.
Oh, duplication.
I always loved. I don't know what it is about multiplying, copying, duplication. I was like, that's always my shit. I feel like that's one of the powers where you be like, yeah, I'm not gonna die either. There's so many of me, and I have them hidden everywhere. Like you ain't gonna get all of us.
Ain't got nothing to do with his clones, ladies and gentlemen. Got nothing to do with his alleged clones.
It's like with enough money, I'd make some of my duplicates not even look like me anymore. You know, they would just hide them.
Yeah. I think okay.
It's like, oh girl, I was so glad that they revealed that Kate duplicate was just like, oh, this whole time I had another one just stashed away. I didn't. How dumb do you think I am? I was like, good. That's what you do with that power. You got to stash one, at least one.
And you know, I'm not I'm neither you comic book reader of Invincible, and it was really surprising and refreshing that okay, she was smart enough to have another one somewhere else. Because who goes into battle with
and that's your only power is to duplicate. You're not really like necessarily stronger than anybody else. I'm sure you've been training how to fight and stuff, and you're a good combat person, but like
his nails.
Dodging bullets like that, and somebody strong enough to just punch you in the head. We've seen that. We've seen her just get punched, ripped apart, just all kinds of shit happens. And just like, your job's very violent.
Yes.
Whole power is, most of your power is to throw yourself at somebody and overwhelm them while some of them get decoyed killed. That's part of your strategy. It's not the worst strategy. It's not the best strategy, but it's
like her only strategy. Be honest.
Like, yeah, you got to go against somebody's superpower. You just got to overwhelm them with your sheer numbers, which means lots of you gonna die. So you got to make sure you got one that just ain't gonna die in case because that's like a numbers game. You got to keep doing math and adding people, and you got to make sure that he's not killing you more faster than you can make more copies of yourself.
And I can't do that kind of math, that fast.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not that fast at the math.
So I got to hang back in Istanbul or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever my duplicates are, I have to be at least 2,200 miles away. At least 2,200 miles away. And maybe further. But I got to be at a minimum. So that actually limits me depending on where my duplicates are on what part of the world. Like I might not like look, what you want me to meet you in Boston? That's kind of tight for me right now. Cause you see, I got some clones down in Virginia, and that's not really far enough. I need to be a little further than that. We got let's see here. Talking Turd, shout out to you, dog. Keep it coming, man. We are watching you here. It's Dresman's a UK series from the 80s. Let's see here. Oh, boom. This is what we're talking about. Yeah. The secret ingredient is crime. That's right. We fucking it up.
That was the best Super Hans line. Ingredient is crime. And that's like kind of goes with everything in life when you think about like politics, just the way Hollywood works, the way the business world works. The secret ingredient to it all is crime.
Isn't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Secret ingredient to life is crime. I feel like everybody who is somebody is stealing from somebody else. It seems like, at least I get that feeling sometimes. Talking Turd also said Evie from Out of This World could stop time. I've never seen Out of This World.
Not familiar.
Dr. Manhattan is government property.
Man, eventually stop listening to him because you realized, who are you people to talk to me now? Like, I do whatever I want.
They thought he was government property. He also said, I liked the dude in Mystery Men that could turn invisible, but only when no one was looking. Yeah, Kel from Kenan and Kel, he did that. Kel Mitchell. Excuse me.
And A Mystery Man is such an underrated superhero movie too. It's one of like the ones I would credit along with Blade to bring the superhero franchise back.
Mystery Man?
Yeah, Mystery Man. Watch Mystery Man. Do y'all have a Does It Holds Up for Mystery Man, or is that something? Do you have like a blank slate? Because you have a blank slate one, I will say let's put in Mystery Man, and I'll get on that one.
We do not have. Well, we don't have like a slate really right now. I don't know. I might be wrong about that, but it's all about what is doable, and like when we do them, we can do it. Let me see. What is that rated? What's the rating on Mystery Men?
Probably like PG.
No. I mean, like the Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Let's see here. Mystery Men 1999. Whoa. I don't know if we can do it. Oh, it's almost not doable, but it's like right on the line. I'll have to ask Alex. I think it's good because, first of all, the reason it wouldn't make it is it's got a 60% tomato rating, which is a little too high to be fucking around doing Does It Hold Up, but it's got a 57% audience rating. So that might be some melancholy. That might be melancholy enough where we can get that one in for Does It Hold Up. And if you don't know what we're talking about our show on the Drunk Banthas channel called Does It Hold Up. We talk about movies from the 90s, 80s, back in the day, early 2000s, and see if they hold up till this day. Or would they like have PETA calling them and, have feminist groups calling them and Black Lives Matter just running their ass out the building? What would you say? You can come and vote with us every other Monday on the Drunk Banthas channel. But yeah, what was I saying here about sickle cell? Oh, my favorite superpower on the show. Who was my favorite? I'm gonna go with. At first, I was gonna say Crazy's power because he can take everybody's power, right? But it seemed limited. Like it's not like Sylar on Heroes
where he keeps it and you like learn it he eats a part of your brain or some shit.
Yeah, well, it was like he took a piece of your, like he took a.
He would look at your brain and he could figure out how you're doing your power, and then he would do it. But they always alluded to, it like, is this nigga eating people?
Well,
and I loved when he finally addressed it. And it was like he was talking to old girl, and I was like, Claire, no, I'm not gonna eat your brain. That's gross. And I was like, that's what we thought you were doing. That's what we thought how it works. I guess it doesn't.
What he was doing was aggressively doing the thing, because he didn't kill her. He could have sliced her head open and took her power that way, but he chose not to, because he was like, I can't really hurt you if I chop your head off and pull your shit out.
I wasn't gonna kill you.
And he was coming out of that mode where he wasn't trying to like really kill nobody anyway. He's like,
man, they flip-flopped him so many times about his character. Like that's evil. Is he good? Is he evil?
That's what you do with a character like that. It's like wrestling, but you got to be able to tell a good story within those changes.
And this is how we learned that writers are important. This was the show that really, because I was only in high school, around college-ish, early college, where it really showed me how important the writing is. No matter how good the actors are, the writing is gonna make or break it. And that, just watching that show and watching the writer's strike happen, and a couple other shows too, where you just saw writers are fucking important.
Writer's strike. I don't think any writer's strike has affected television or a television show more than that writer's strike did for Heroes. Like, you're talking about, and like damn near everybody on that show went on to be Emmy, Oscar award winning type actors. So shout out to everybody, whoever was on that. And this show, Supacell, is basically Black Heroes.
Black Heroes. It's Heroes meets Top Boy.
Shout out to Black Gay Comic Book Geek Michael. He was telling me that he felt like it was I don't know how you say it. He felt like I was taking away from Supacell to say that it's Black Heroes. Like, it kind of takes away from it. But I'm like, nigga, it's Black Heroes. Like, like, it don't take away from it to me. It's Black Heroes.
I feel like, while I like the concept, it's not that original. It just hasn't really been done this way. But like I said, it reminds me of Heroes. It's just like Misfits.
Right.
It has aspects of Top Boy. And really, it's exactly like a comic book called Black, where they live in a world where people are developing superpowers, and the only people developing these superpowers is a small sect of Black people. So it was like, if you were Black, you had like a 5% chance of developing a superpower, and nobody else in this world develops superpowers except for Black people. So, and of course, there's the creepy white-run shadow government that's trying to like capture and experiment on them and all this other stuff. Of these superheroes who have gotten together and go out on patrol and stuff.
My bad.
Like, yeah, this is a whole comic book right here. Black takes place in America instead.
Never seen that one. I need to check that one out too. Talking Turd said, I like the dude in Mystery Men. I already said that one. And he said it really is. I would like a sequel to Mystery Men.
I could see them doing a sequel to Mystery Men, because that's the type of comedy movie where you get like older, obscure comics and like try to give them a boost for their shit. Like, we got Paul Rubens coming out. That was like, it's been a long time since people have seen Paul Rubens, and he came out as the spleen.
Hold on. What's going on? I'm trying to type here. Oh, I think that there is a Mystery Men sequel-esque spinoff. Kel Mitchell, Mystery Men. Damn. I thought I saw it on his Instagram. He had like a trailer where he was the Invisible Boy grown up. Man, am I tripping? I guess I don't know. I guess I'm tripping, or at least it is not on YouTube. It's probably just on his Instagram page. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he put out a movie that he produced on his own that's about the Invisible Boy, or what was his name? His name was Invisible Boy. Yeah. His name was Invisible Boy. And I guess I can pull this up just for those who don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Actually, I'm not going to pull it up. If you don't know what we're talking about, Google it. But yeah, my favorite superpower is going to be, like you said, freezing time is just weird. My favorite superpower on this show was definitely the speed, super speed. And I like the telekinesis. I like being able to push shit with your mind. If I could combine those two powers, like, which they don't even go together good, but like, if I could combine those two powers, I mean, think about what you could do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you moving shit out of your way while you're going super fucking faster than the speed of sound. That's crazy. I guess Flash moves at the speed of light.
Faster
than the speed of light? Oh yeah, hell no. Move, you combine that with being able to move shit, nigga. We moving through dimensions. all I gotta do is go faster than the speed of light. We moving through dimensions. Fuck time travel. But yeah, those are the two best ones that I like. But I don't know, superpower that I would like to have. Oh no, man. You know, I like Siler's power. Like, I might have to go with because Peter Petrelli. You know what? I'm going with Peter Petrelli's power. I know we jumped out of the show a bit, but I'm going with the power that I would like to have is Peter Petrelli's power, because he could get people's powers like Siler, except he didn't hurt nobody. He just had to be around you. He didn't even have to touch you. He just be in the same room. Got all kind of powers. Boy, probably got power.
But that also, I mean, your power depends on others having power.
It does, but he didn't lose his. Like, he kept all of the powers. So my power does depend on other people having power, but at least if somebody run up on me, whoop, I got their power now. Like, don't run up on me, cuz gotcha. You know, so I'm protected, at the very least. Producer P, what's your favorite power?
Power of sleep.
Power of sleep. The power of being cute. That's it. That's all you got. Come on, man. Give us something. Is the camera too fuzzy? Is that why you won't get up? Your camera's bad? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Producer P, everybody, and Producer P. One day she's gonna do something, man. I promise one day she is going to do something. The power of puppy. Yeah. This is the producer of this show, unfortunately. And if you don't like what's happening, just go ahead and blame that dog over there. Not Nerd Yard says, I want to teleport. When you say teleport, do you just want to be able to teleport, or you mean like Michael's power in the show? Do you want to be able to freeze time? Like, is your teleportation time based, or is it just like you open up a portal and then you just whoop through it, or do you just pop over in one spot? I'm here, bang, I'm here, somewhere else, wherever here is, I'm over there. You know, which one is it? Because if I had to teleport, like Terry said, man, that shit is weird. Freezing time, like time-based power is weird, but I would like to be able to teleport, like gas, travel, prices.
My problem with the teleportation is, do I have like foresight to where I can like see exactly where I'm teleporting and what's going on at that moment? Because it's like, I don't want to like teleport and a fucking bus hits me or some shit.
Right. No, yeah.
What if I teleport wrong and something's there that crashes into me? Like, if I can foresee where I'm teleporting and see what's actually going on at that moment where I go to teleport, then that'd be tight.
Most movies or television shows that do the teleporting thing, it's like Nightcrawler-esque. Like, I got to be able to see where I'm going. But even if I can't,
like, you know how Goku did instant transmission, where it looked like he was looking to see what was going on, where he could be at, and he was like, all right. I was like, yeah, that'll work. I tried that shit a lot when I was school. I was trying to do it. See if it
I don't
worked.
know if I want to do that, because I feel like that's a good chance where you end up in a moon somewhere or some shit. Like, that's where you might end up dead, because like in between teleporting into a wall or some shit.
But with his, I was like, no, because he could foresee where he's going.
Oh, okay.
Happening.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, is like you can see where you're going. Like, my only
if I'm thinking about getting to London in a spot, it's just like, yeah, I'm seeing the traffic that's going on, making sure there ain't no tree right there, and
a bench in like, I want to sit on a park bench in London, preferably South London, because I will be hungry, and apparently that is where the good food is.
There's a Jamaican spot oh man, that chicken was so spicy. But it was good though. It wasn't that overwhelming where it just tastes like spice. Like, the flavor was so good, and then the spice would hit you, and you're like, oh, this is a mistake, but damn, that tastes good. And I had to keep.
Do you remember where it was, or what the name of that establishment be?
I want to say it was some generic like Jamaican grill, but it was in a place called The Box
in South London.
And I think it was kind of South Londonish.
The Box.
And the Box is a whole bunch of these food trailers and a couple bars, all in these shipping containers. Pretty cool. And I know there was like a soccer
in a shipping container, or like the whole
like shipping containers put together to form a building, and it had all these like different food restaurants and bars up in it. It was pretty cool. But like, they had like this Jamaican place that was in there. It was like the only place full of black people. And I was like, well, I'm going to eat here. And that shit was fire.
See, I don't know what Talking Turd would say, but I've only heard that food is not really great in the UK. And then if you're in London, the place to go is a black place or some place that has some flavor to it. And
how I feel about it is, when you traditional London food, if that's what you're eating, is whack. All right, there's no tradition, but there is lots of good food in London. Like, they had their culinary revolution. There's lots of immigrants. There's lots of imported stuff. If you want good Chinese, you want good Japanese, you want good Israeli, you want Mediterranean, you want African. It's like, all those people are in London, and they all have their own restaurant. But like, if you're going to like, I want some authentic London, UK, England white food, it's Not good. Yeah, pie, like, oh yeah, pie and mash, jellied eels. Oh, man, I just see some just I sometimes watch their food videos and I'm like, nah.
Well, you heard it here first, right here.
But London and itself, England, they have good food, but they're traditional. Like when you go to Japan, he's like, I want traditional Japanese food. So you get like sushi, pork udon, soba noodles, all that stuff. That's really good. But they also have but the problem with Japan is that they don't have a lot of imported food. Good luck trying to get you a pizza, some spaghetti, some any kind of Mexican, some tacos, a really good hamburgers, hard to find a lot.
No pizza? Damn. It's closer to Italy than we are. Well, you heard it here first, y'all. If you go into London, if you don't like any of those things, then you're gonna have a hard time. I say stay with the blacks. That's your best bet.
Stay with all the ethnic outside food. Unless you like fish and chips and pub food, then you're fine. You know, I got me some fish and chips. Had to go to the Chippy, get you some wings. Maybe you could do a chicken wing interview with that old girl and see if you can find her. Like I went to the Chippy, got some chips and some wings, and just call it a day.
Oh yeah,
pie mash and jellied eels. Ugh. And then it comes with this mint green pea sauce that they dribble over that's made with liqueur in it. It's just it looked like people describe London food like they still eat like the goddamn krauts are flying above them about to drop a bomb. Like they still eat like it's World War fucking II.
Look, we get all these foods. Hold on, I want to read because these foods are crazy.
I know all these foods that he's talking about because I looked this shit up to go there.
I want to read them so these people who are just listening. Okay, so Talking Turd is giving us a bunch of traditional English dishes. Traditional London food is pie and mash, jellied eels.
It'd be fun to get this guy to if we all got together and he cooked some traditional English food and we ate it.
Cockles and whelks. Cockles and whelks. Some cockles and whelks. You have to speak it in Brit. You have to have a British accent to say some of these crazy ass foods. So anyway, cockles and whelks. He Talking Turd used to be a chef for over 10 years. He's got such things as chips with curry sauce.
I do fuck with that though.
This is liqueur is what
the sauce that goes on top of the pie and mash with the jelly.
Oh, that's gross. But it's sad as traditional English food is disappearing from England.
Right, yeah, because part of the documentary I was watching about one of the last places that do the pie and mash, they're one of the only ones that still do it. But
so what is
it? I want to try it, but go.
What's in a pie and mash? Bring up a video. What's in a pie and mash?
You might find the one video that I actually watched.
What?
Let me see if I can.
Toad in the hole, spotted dick. Yo, son.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I found it. It's the Munchies video, and he does the jelly eels, and you see him. I'm about to put it in I'll put it in our chat.
Jeez Louise.
Totem holes.
That is some wild shit. Let me share my screen here. This is crazy. Is he saying more stuff? What is the other one saying?
Yeah, no, he's talking about the one pie mash shop that's still left. I found the video for it.
Man, somebody in the UK, come on and sponsor your boy, man. We love food, and and apparently y'all need some help getting these English foods out here, man. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. Which one is better here? No. This is good. Let's see here. What's the name of this place? So this is Munchies. Shout out to Munchies channel on YouTube. The oldest fast food restaurant in London Easton.
about eels, a lot of people say, oh, they're snakes and all the rest of it. Well, they're not. Very, very nutritious, very easily digested, and they're supposed to be an aphrodisiac. What are you smiling at?
Oh,
Especially in the end. I would think that mostly because
And that's it right there. Pie and mash.
in the East End, I would think that mostly because
That
it was
sauce.
a very cheap and quick meal. It was possibly one of the very first fast foods where you could walk in, order your food, and within a blink of an eye, you've got it on a plate, you're sitting down eating it. My great-grandfather, Robert Cook, apparently in 1862, he...
Hold on. The first fast food would have been something you could not put on a plate. just so y'all know, the first
fast. They mean fast because they made this shit in such large batches. Like when you ordered it, it was like blah blah blah. There you go, like good on you, going on y'all.
Good on you. Shout out to Unlocked KP. Unlocked KP says spotted dick. That shit is nasty.
I tried a lot of random UK food when I hit them.
Oh man,
I tried all, but I haven't done the pie and mash and jellied eels yet.
oh man, hold on.
Oh.
Well, do I want to hear?
decided to put a meat pie with the mashed potato.
No,
It's because in the middle of the eel,
this is the most. I'm the most curious about
other
eel
thumb stall,
situation.
it's because in the middle of the eel, there's bones. And if you are unlucky, it doesn't happen all the time. You put your thumb in and the bone goes up your thumb, which is a lot of fun.
Jesus
But
Christ.
it does double as a wart, which is very handy.
Oh,
I've got
this
some
guy's-
eels
hold
here.
on. So we got a comedian right here. Does comedy run in the family? Is that what it? What in the hell was that right there? It does work as a wart. This is amazing. I love this guy.
I'm going to prepare. They are live. I've had them in water, so they're not that lively.
Oh, no.
Now you go basically
Don't get
behind
mad
the
at me,
flippers,
YouTube. Don't get
or
mad
behind
at
the
us.
ears, as we call it, straight
Oh
across. and it's
Lord
dead.
have mercy! Look
It's
at
as
all
quick as that.
gore.
Then across the belly, she's run away, and then
All right,
off
we don't need to see all that.
is
Come on, man.
beautiful pieces of eel.
So damn. Wait a minute. First of all,
And I like eel because I eat unagi all the time. They
Unagi,
got
yes.
it on the grill and skilled, so I like it barbecued. I don't like the sauce that you put on it. And he's saying this sauce is made out of eels, but it's just but they did it wrong.
oh man.
They did it wrong. Because they jelly it. That's how they
Hold on. The sauce is made out of eels. What?
Yeah, he goes in and explains what the liquor sauce is.
I gotta tell you, man. That shit do sound nasty.
Why you pouring me? I'm right.
It do sound a little bit gross, but I want to keep going. Where is this? Oh, the pies.
What we'll do, though, and flour and water. This is the
And
project.
I like
Well,
meat
cook it
pies.
well,
You
it's
can't really
nice. I don't think you can go wrong. And
mess
that's
up a meat
as
pie.
basic as pie and mash. That's for
See how
a bit
much-
of gravy colour if you
What kind
have
of meat is
meat.
it?
Scotch hindquarter flank
Oh, okay.
that I bone out every week. And we've got salt and pepper and a little bit of caramel for a bit of gravy colour, if you will.
Beef.
And that's it. We always have British beef, sometimes Scotch, but always very, very good quality.
Oh, he trying. Is that? Hold on. Is that low key hate right there? Is that a little shade? Is he saying that? Hey, sometimes we fuck with some Scottish beef, but it's always London beef. I fuck with London beef. Is that racism?
British beef.
We fuck with British beef over here, son. We don't fuck with no goddamn California beef, cuz.
Australian.
Mess with no Australian beef, cuz. We don't mess with no Turkish beef, cuz. We over here on that.
We don't get this shit from France.
Yeah, cuz we don't eat horses, cuz we out here on business, cuz that's how London people speak, right?
I don't think there's anything wrong with simple food at all. I never have. Good quality
Simple
product to
food.
start with. Cook it well, present it nice.
I want to see some
I
like
don't think
eat.
you can go wrong.
I
And
like.
that's as
I
basic as
kind of
basic.
want
Pie
just the
that's as
pie
basic
and
as
mash
chips.
by
It's
itself.
Yeah, I don't want those eels, man.
I
I ain't
don't
gonna
want the eel and the sauce. I like. Can I just get the pie and the mash?
I don't think I would fuck with it. What you think? What you think? You know, what you think?
I think producer P wants the eels.
You eat eels? Oh man, she would tear up some eels.
Yeah.
Shout out to the eels. Psst, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the eels, man. I don't know. Who in the comments do y'all fuck with eels? Scotland is England's Canada, says
Oh
talking.
yeah, do them like that. Scotland's England's hat.
I am not mad at that. My last name is Scottish, and I'm still not mad at that. See that right there? Bill Urquhart. They pronounce it Urquhart in fucking Scotland or in London too, I guess. I guess everywhere except for America.
There's your pie straight out the oven.
Look at that.
Boy.
There's your mash.
Man.
And here is the parsley sauce, the liquor.
Oh no, I'm good off that.
The liquor.
And there's your jelly deals.
Oh no,
Jelly?
no.
There's no.
Wait a minute. How did that happen? I don't remember seeing eels getting jellied. I just remember them getting chopped up. How did they jelly the eels?
Did we skip it at one point? Because he does jelly the eels, I think.
I didn't see that. I just saw him chopping up. It says eels here. It's just a bunch of chopping.
I feel like this is just a smaller version of the longer video.
Oh, maybe he boiled them.
I'll put these on. What we'll do now, while I'm waiting for the pot to boil so we can put the eels on, is go over to the making board and make some pies.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm.
Yeah, I feel like they
Boiling
just
water.
got some stuff.
Here
And
we
they'll
go.
simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes, and they should be done.
See, the pies look fine. I need a pie.
Your liquid to help to make your jelly. This is powdered gelatine
Oh,
that you
okay.
dissolve into your
Oh, Jello.
liquid. Now what you do,
Yo, his
So
Jello.
they just boil these eels and then they throw them back in their own eel like jelly, eel water
They
jelly.
make Jello out of eel water.
Yeah,
And this nigga got his coffee next to this motherfucker. Like, this is just regular shit over here. Like, all right, let me see this.
just take out your eels, handling them gently. You don't have to bash them around because they are quite tender now. We'll stick that in there so that they're nicely covered with jelly.
Oh, and then
They'll
you put
cool right
in
down
the
now.
refrigerator.
They'll go into the fridge and they'll be jelly by the morning. And then what you will end up with is jelly deals.
Okay, Rachel, right? I don't quite see what the point of the jellied part is. I'm not in the comment. I can't see the comments right now, so bear with me, y'all.
then you like
And there's
cover
your
it in
jelly
the
deals.
sauce, too. Or then your jelly-
There's your chili vinegar.
chili
You've got the
vinegar.
full kit there, the full one.
Now that you need that when you're eating fish, in my opinion.
Thank you and good night.
Unless you're eating salmon.
The pies are done beautiful. And when you take the lid off the top, the pastry, there's all the gravy and in the mince meat. It's lovely. And the mash, it's all quite nice. I'll be eating that camera in a minute.
Damn, lady, calm
Yeah,
down.
there's a longer video with like more interviews of like the townspeople and everything.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh wait, no, he's talking about. So Morgan said, fifth Bantha, I ate horse in France, laugh out loud. And Talking Turd said, I tried it once. It's disgusting. Eel juice is what they make out of the water. I mean, out of the jello. But is that necessary? Like, why do they do that? What makes that? And also, it can't be that old of a dish if they use powdered gelatin on it, right? Or at least that portion of it isn't that old of a dish. That's crazy. But anyway, getting back to the end of this series, we end up meeting. First of all, we didn't talk about this because we got to talk about this. Me and you talked about this when we were in Chicago. I cannot take gangsters in the UK seriously. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. The quiet part's been said out loud. Can't take y'all serious, man. Over here, African Americans, we bust shots in cars, cuz. So it's wild to see
it right now on BM. So I was talking to a friend who is also she's black from South London.
Okay.
And we were talking about this show, and I was like, I just can't take y'all seriously. And I described that scene, and she was like, that was a bit tongue in cheek. She was like, that's not really how they roll out now, but that's a bit tongue in cheek right there that they were doing. She was like, they were just being cheeky at that part. Because I was like, yeah, this shit does not make sense. That was too hilarious for me.
I hear where she's
sad in South London because I would be laughing at them the whole time, and they'd have to shake me up.
I can feel where she's coming from, but everybody involved in this show was like real street dudes. So why would they be trying to like make it cute? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just saying, like, these, if you want to believe,
I feel like maybe that might be a stereotype where they're like, you gotta be out watching out for those. Don't go to South London. Those black people will get you on those BMX bikes and stuff. So they were doing it.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I feel like maybe that's like a white stereotype that they're making fun of.
Right.
I really hope so.
I'm gonna tell you something. I really hope so. Rap Man, come on this show right here, the blackest show in television other than yours, sir. Come on over here, right here to the Bantha Bunch, and let me know, bro. I'm need to know because like I'm confused. Because right now, I'm not scared. Like I understand niggas got knives and shit. Nigga, I got a knife. You know what I'm talking about? I got you, and y'all got some crazy knives too. I'm not saying it ain't tough over there. I'm just saying, bruh, it's like me going from an American prison to a Russian prison. It's like, yo, I mean, from a Russian prison to an American prison. I guess that's what I should say. So,
or it's a Russian prison to like even an American prison to a Norwegian prison,
right?
You know,
yeah. Like I'm going to chill. Like I'm not going to like
it's still prison and it's bad, but shit, it could be a whole lot worse. This is not. I'm used to way worse.
It's like, come on, bro. I mean, I'll be out in 5 years off this murder charge in Norway.
Right, get actually rehabilitated. I'll have me a job and a degree when I get out.
Man, where was it? Oh man, there's some country out there in Europe where they have like fields that they go out and hang out on and work on the prisoners and dudes in jails for murder, and they getting out in like 2-3 years. It's like, man, yeah, I've been here for about 7 years, getting out in 3. What'd you do? Oh, I committed murder. I killed 4 people in a small family in Udenberg. Like, what? But see, if we kill somebody over there, we going to jail over here. Exactly. They sending our ass back, and then
you kind of got to be like a terror over there, where they just like, we need to get our justice on you.
Yes, exactly.
See, I'm afraid to go to jail while in Japan because they hold you for like they can just like hold you before you even see your lawyer. They can keep you in jail for 90 days before you can make that phone call. They have the right to do that.
Over there?
Fucked. Yeah.
That's
any crime.
crazy.
And another thing that they can do is that, and this is for only one charge. Only one charge counts as that 90 days. So if you get like 2 charges, guess what? You're gonna do 90 days on that charge. They'll let you out while you're handling that case. And guess what? Bop, bop. You coming back for another 90 days on your second.
Sometimes here. They do that sometimes here where they may know that they ready to charge you for something else, but they'll let you just sit there and even if you're like in prison and you did like 8 years, you might think, oh yeah, I'm getting out now. And then that's when they hit you with another charge, and then you you just get transferred to another jail, or you go back to the same one that you was at as you thought you were literally getting.
Well, like this is before you can get bail. This is before you talk to a lawyer.
Right. No, yeah.
Older, it's just not. I was like, that's crazy. Like
it's their way of doing the same thing. Yeah, it's their way of doing the same thing.
At least lets you call people the first 2 days. You call somebody, you can try and get out. You can try and bail yourself out. Japan says, nah, we just got you for a straight 90 days. Just for fun.
Fifth Bantha says, you see most dangerous U.S. cities list? It came out, and Birmingham, Alabama is number 2, and Mobile, Alabama is number 3.
Who's number 1? Is it still St. Louis? That's
who's number 1? Morgan, what the fuck, dog? Are you giving us half the information? Give us the top 5. I need to know the top 5.
Let's see if Texas Beaumont made it back on there again. That's
MT talking turd says you got to be more gangster without a gun. Watch a British movie called Scum about a young offender's prison. It's the movie. So the movie's called Scum. It's about a young offender's prison. 180 days.
Yeah,
88 days. Theo Lacey. Woo. Okay. And you were right. You were right, Terry. St. Louis is number 1.
Always number 1, boy.
Number 1. Shout out to Crime. They must have some serious superheroes there. Baltimore is number 4, and Memphis came in number 5. Shout out to the South, keeping it and holding it down, making sure that niggas is keeping it grimy. I know technically St. Louis is considered the Midwest, but they country as hell. So I'm going to call them the South. They consider country grammar. So I'm going to call it the South. And goddamn Baltimore, be more the only East Coast northern city holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got nothing on us.
Yeah, what? Philly's not on there? Philly's not that dangerous.
Chicago's not on there. Philly's not on there. Detroit's not on there. LA is not on there. So tell your Republican friends to suck your dick when you pull out this list, because those are the places they try to make seem one of the most dangerous places in the world to be. Now, I could have told you Memphis. Memphis should probably be number 1. But the only place I've ever been in my life that's more grimy and gritty than Memphis is Birmingham, Alabama. And I used to live there. I grew up there. So shout out to everybody who was on the top.
I always reminded the King of the Hill joke when I was like, hey, what's the bad part of Memphis called? Memphis.
Yes. The bad part of Memphis is called Memphis. What's the side of Memphis that's like you don't want to get caught in? It's called Memphis. Yes. Downtown Memphis, there's like one spot that you want to be at, and it's between Beale Street. I can't remember. It's the Marriott and Beale Street. So wherever street the Marriott is on, it's like a historical hotel that they have there. It's like their fanciest hotel they got there. And the stadium is down the street from there. And like the basketball stadium that they have is down the street from there. That's like this 5-6 blocks that you can go to Memphis and pretty much not feel like uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like not to say that I feel uncomfortable around my black people. I do not. I'm just trying to tell people who are watching this where they may feel the most comfortable. This is a nerd channel for nerds. Might not be feeling comfortable walking around some of these places that we talk about. Again, shout out to everybody watching on Instagram because it is still going. He's supposed to cut us off after an hour. Whatever. This is our first time going on Instagram, so share this with everybody. Twitter fucked up and cut us off of live on Twitter unless we pay for it, and we not doing that. So yeah, share this with everybody if you want. I mean, we appreciate it, man. We can't do this without y'all. So anyway, we get back to Supercell, the ending. Well, first of all, who was your MVP for this show? Before we bust down the ending, who was your MVP for this show? He's thinking. He didn't freeze, y'all. He's thinking.
Yeah, time has not been frozen on me. I can tell you who it was not. I didn't like Strong Guy and his I'm a single dad.
Okay, yeah, let's go with your not MVP.
And I really don't like his the strong power. Like, okay, like, does that make him invulnerable during that time? Can he take a bullet?
He got stabbed. Oh no.
He's just strong. So I was like, okay, not too good. And invisibility is kind of lame, but I have to say, I kind of did like. I do like the UK gangster scene. I like that. I like the gangland of it. So Taser kind of has one of the better storylines for me. So he might be my MVP as a person I enjoyed the most. But then I would also have to say Rodney as a former seller of the 10 out of 10 Cali super good flour. You know, I like him a lot. Respect the hustle. His best friend was Spud, loved him in Top Boy. So yeah.
Yes. And they was running game like the whole time too. They wasn't just like these like they were probably the most like what do you call buttoned up characters or whatever, but they was
and I felt bad about his backstory with like, you know, he had clearly he's mixed race. His dad was black, but we don't see what happened to his dad, but we can assume he's the one with sickle cell. And you know, he tries to visit his white mom, who's now remarried with a white man, and we find out that he didn't take him in, and he had to like live out on his own since he was 16.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because I got a theory. I think that Rodney's stepfather is the white man who is the evil white man who was snatching everybody up.
You know, they do show a picture of him, so I'd have to double check because they show a wedding family portrait. They show a family portrait of him because it's him, his mom, and I'm guessing his two half sisters are in the picture.
But not his stepdad?
No, his stepdad's in the picture.
Okay.
His stepdad is his mom and the two half sisters. But you know, right?
Okay.
So they do show them, but I wasn't really paying attention. I kept looking at the kid pictures to be like, oh yeah, Rodney's missing from the other kids. Like one of these girls half black or what? Because he said something about he took in his other sister. So I was like, why did she have like another baby daddy that was like white? And so he had she had a full-blooded white child, and she took in that sister and not him, even though that wasn't his kid.
Yeah, they were kind of that storyline kind of came out of nowhere a little bit. But I did like his performance carried the awkward.
Like, what a weird, sad storyline that you had to put in here for no fucking reason. Like you added in race.
Just yeah, you just
why.
threw it in
But
there.
I was like, you know what? It was at least good acting that followed the confusing writing, but you know, he pulled it off.
It was a bad way of getting there, but once we were there, it was done well. And then we got out of it, and we did get more of that character. Like we had a great. I felt like they were putting in the like. In that moment, I felt like it was more confirmed that the ambiguity of how his relationship worked with the white top boy actor. I think that they were supposed to be gay together in a relationship, but they didn't elaborate on that, and they never like put an emphasis on that to make it where it was something that you could confirm and say, oh, that's a gay couple or whatever.
I also feel like maybe they were also trying to give you the why he is dealing drugs, why he is a weed dealer like this, what made him do this. Like,
yeah, he comes from good people.
Hostile since he was 16, and he's been hustling like this for quite a while.
Yeah, and
he comes from a not really a broken home, but
and definitely not a
home he's not welcome in.
And how does that even happen? Like, I'm 16 years old. You just
right, like it's like, what kind of mom are you to be like, you're not gonna take one of my kids? Like, what the fuck? No, that's like that should be a deal breaker right there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. That well, I mean, unless you're a Nazi, I guess, yeah. That like that's the only way I can see that happening. Yeah, but that's kind of where this show kind of starts going down a little bit as far as the writing goes. We talked about it a little earlier at the end. You got Dion being killed by a stray bullet from Crazy after Crazy gets beat up after stabbing everyone to death. That was my favorite scene in this show. Crazy stabbing everybody to death with the superpower because Ronnie is so stupid and dumb. Why do speedsters gotta be the dumb ones? That's why I always fuck with Bobby from Wally. Wally is my favorite Flash. He's a scientist. He's not a what do you call it? Who was damn, the other one. What's the other one's name? It's Wally West, and then there's Barry Allen. Barry Allen, he's the science. I mean the cop, basically. He's the
forensic analysis.
Fuck out of here. I don't want that. I need my guy to be smart and hilarious. That's Wally West. So that's my favorite. He always gets a bad bag. He never is in any movies, none of the TV shows. It's always Barry. Well,
did you watch Young Justice?
Yeah, I watched Young Justice. So they had all of them. They had all of them.
I mean, they killed him off, but
exactly. That's what I'm saying, man.
Killed him off.
And he was actually the coolest one in that show too. Come on. Barry was so boring. And then what was his name? Rex?
Or they got Kid Flash. I forgot what Kid Flash's name is.
I can't remember his name. And then they had a different Flash from the future. Like another Flash that was a small Flash. I don't know. You know what?
Oh, the newer Kid Flash. Yeah, it was the Flash from the future.
Fuck Young Justice. That was a show that just, ooh, man, we need to talk about that one day because I was really upset about how they did that show, and it could have been one of the, and also Teen Titans, the live action one, very similar. Like a lot of good things that could have been done, they missed it on that one, and that's why neither one of them are on no more. But anyway, Supercell, man. My favorite scene was when Crazy went crazy and he stabbed.
He stabbed. He made it know that like everybody else got a quick shoosh, right there. But he was just like, nope, I want you to feel all of this. This is personal. I hate you, little nigga.
Taser was getting it. Hey, I know it's not. Look, first of all, people dying is not funny, but damn it, if y'all go to that scene,
And he was giving him his villain goodbye speech too while he was stabbing. That's what really took so long and why he got stabbed so many times because he was talking to him the whole fucking
he stabbed
time.
him like 50 times, and then he starts giving him the speech and stabs him another 50 times, and then he stabs him like 3 more times. And I was like, God damn, these dudes are supposed to have been ex-best friends. Like, this is something that's like, this dynamic has just gone to this level. Like,
right? They really like to say how they like he was all like always trying to be crazy and like be because he was like his younger and was like crazy came back and was just like real disrespectful to him and didn't try to get it. Like, I thought this was like your little homie. You're not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and figure out what's going on. Like, they just started beefing and like they hated you. I was like, this I guess they weren't that tight. Like, they were ready to kill
they
each other.
implied that they were tighter than what the stabbing.
Yeah, until he showed up. Like, as soon as he showed up, it was like, oh, they're not tight no more, huh?
No, they don't fuck with each other quite like we thought they did. But you know, that happens too sometimes. And so I wasn't mad at that writing. I just felt like the ending needed, I don't know. This is how I know I like a show, right? At the end of the show, I feel like, oh man, this is like, this is it. This is it. Like, this is it. Like, damn, like, I need to see more. Like, I need to see more of this. Not in a situation where I'm like, oh, finally, we fucking, you know, like, I'm finally done watching this burdensome fucking albatross around my eyeballs. Like, I don't have to watch this shit no more. No, this is one of them that I was like, damn, this is a good movie, but I mean, good show. But I was just like, wait, I wanted more out of that last scene. Powers wise, I felt like they saved a lot of their budget for that last episode, where in that last scene, really, I mean, it's not the last scene, but that last fight scene, I was expecting a little bit more from the power aspect. I felt like they did a little bit too much writing for those fight scenes. Like, we gotta get this power out of the way, so this power gets hurt by this power, so that this power can now do this power. And it's like, look, let's just make them fight, you know, and then and then we'll figure out we'll get to that storyline, that plot device that moves us to where we need to move to, i.e. the gun that ends up killing Dion. But we don't have to like cancel out these powers so that we can move along our plot. Just have them fight, and because we don't care about, like, it already, you do a power show, a show about people with powers, there's gonna be so many holes in everything that happens. Like, there's really no point in trying to cover up every single plot hole, or, you know, cover every aspect of what's taking place. I do think that has to do with that our writer for this show, or our main writer for this show, at least, I'm sure there was some rewrites and shit, but our writer for this show has written like 2 things that weren't raps, right? So I'm hoping that next season we get a lot more involvement from a lot more, from other writers, not like a lot of writers, but a lot more involvement from other writers who have more experience, but who are also dedicated to still telling the story that Ratman has embarked upon and got us locked up in on, because there's a lot here for this show. And I'm positive the budget will go up. Everybody's budget goes up when you get another season. And hopefully they can get Michael Cleat, somebody that worked with Michael Cleat. Hey, Cleat, Michael, hit me up. We supposed to go do lunch at when you came into LA. We supposed to did that. Let's do it. Because I will not be in Vancouver anytime soon. But yeah, man, hopefully we can get an Emmy nomination for season 2 of Supacell, right? Like, I mean, if you do an interview with Nerds at Night and the Drunk Banthas, you will get an Emmy nomination. So far, that is holding true. Atlanta, motherfucking did Dave get an Emmy nomination?
I was just now checking that.
Okay, well, Atlanta, Warrior, Shogun, they have all had Emmy nominations, and they've all been interviewed by this group of people right here. Us, wait, hold on. This guy, 9 nerd yards. Shout out to Blake Money Mayweather, and shout out to Money Blake Weather too, because that's what it actually is. And shout out to Kirsten, and shout out to Jeff, and shout out to Alex too, even though he hates women. Because we have all helped get people an Emmy nomination. And hopefully we can helped people get an Emmy award. At least that's what I'm telling people. Shit. I'm gonna tell everybody. We did that. How'd you feel about this ending, man? Like, did it hit right on the nose for you, or a little too hard on the nose for you, or was it a good cliffhanger for you?
I kind of do wish it was just a little, gave me a little bit of a teaser for it. I guess I'm not upset because I know that there is a second season coming. So like there's gonna be more of it. So I guess I don't need too much more. But yeah, they could have done a little bit better on it. But I'm excited. I'm really glad. Like while I'm like, I started watching like I got to the 3rd episode, and that's when I found the news out about them getting a second season. Like I'd really hate to like have watched it and not known that they're getting another season, because that would have made me mad just waiting. But yeah, glad I got the second season. I'll be watching it. I think I'm gonna do a long format breakdown in place of doing Top Boy season 2. I'll just do this one instead and throw it on there. I'm thinking this one, and there's another UK show that I watched called Champion. That was about an up-and-coming rapper and his sister that helps write his music for him, and her becoming a singer in her own right, but then like working for a different label, or working with like, because he didn't want to give her a chance, and so she went with like a rival rapper, and then she ended up like blowing up, but he has like mental health issues and got arrested before, and so he ends up like fucking up his career while hers is on the rise. But then she has like a fallout with her parents because they were like, you know, his dad's super fucking Jamaican, and like he is stereotypical Jamaican, having the secret family and everything like that, Jamaican. So that's pretty good. It's called Champion. It's still on Netflix, so that's another British show if you want to watch it. And of course, the main actor is a fellow Top Boy alum.
Hey,
he was one of the main actors in season 1 and 2. He played Rennell, and so he's in this show too. So Champion, I'd suggest that.
Champion. I'm gonna have to check that one out too. A lot of shit to check out off of this episode of Bantha Bunch. We giving y'all lots of shit. I got a lot of homework to do. Talking Turd says British series tend to be short, only 6 episodes occasionally. They may have 8 episodes, but they are always too short. Just as you get into them, they end. That was another thing that I meant to mention, is that this was way too short, but I didn't feel that way. I really didn't feel that way when I watched it.
I felt it was just long enough for a first season.
Yeah, like I was not aware of this information here about the status quo of British television, but my dog was over here, like Penny's over here just like having an issue. She's very itchy. She's having itchy issues. Come here. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't aware about the 6-episode thing, but that makes a lot of sense, but I didn't have an issue with it. Normally, I have an issue with short episodes. We're having an issue here in United States television where we're doing episodes that are only 8 episodes and instead of 10. And before that, we were having the issue of 10 episodes instead of 24. So I think it's just about how good you tell the story. Although I feel like if you're just going to do 6 episodes, sometimes you should just do a movie, in my opinion. They clone Tyrone type movie that may be only meant for streaming, you know what I mean? But it's still because it's on streaming, you have the room to tell your story and not have to worry about like studio constraints as far as feature film stuff goes. Talking Turd says BBC is publicly funding and pre-cable dedicated television in the UK once upon a time. Ooh, yeah. I knew that. I seen The Crown. I watched The Crown. I know about all that. I'm from Alabama. I'm a well-educated man. Producer Penny, what was your... Hey, don't leave. I was just about to ask you a question. Oh, man. Come on, man. I wasn't trying to give you a high five. I was just saying don't go nowhere. I wasn't going to ask you a question, but look, she's itchy. I don't know what her problem is. She's tired of us. She's allergic to bullshit. But yeah, man, this series was definitely ambitious. I think one of the main reasons I liked it was definitely because it was a lot of black people. Now, come on, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I liked it because it's black. I feel like there's a lot of people I saw some people who covered this series, and said that they outright said in their review, hey, I like this because it was a lot of black people. One dude even said, quote, this is a show about black people who have superpowers. And of course it's black people who have superpowers. They should, like, he was saying in a positive way, like, of course black people are the only ones who have superpowers. I was like, but he wasn't even black. Because he was like Latino or like he was like gay Latino. I was like, man, what is up with people not being like hype off their own shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, if I was white, I would be so people would think I'm so borderline like white nationalist because I'd be like, yo, fucking white is cool as fuck, fool. What the fuck wrong with y'all? I'm out here white as a motherfucker, nigga. Oh, my bad.
Canceled.
I would be out here on my shit. I'd be like, I fuck with all kind of black folks. Look, I was at the NAACP awards last year, but white folks is the shit, nigga.
So you'd pull a Gary Owens or like a reverse Gary Owens, I guess.
I'll be Gary Owen, but like Gary Owen, and I fuck with white. Like I fuck with white people. I'm Gary Owen who grew up in a good white home, not a trailer park white home with like my stepdaddy beating the hell out of me and shit. Like,
you know, you grew up in the affluent black neighborhood, but you were white. But all your black friends went to prep school. Though.
Yes, that is me. That is me. If I was white, that is the white. Even if I wasn't that kind of white, even if that wasn't my background, that's how I would be. I would still talk like I talk, and I'd be like, "No, fool." Well, I wouldn't. I guess I can't say nigga no more if I'm white. But fuck all that. I'm not worried about that. I would have never made that a part of my lexicon, right? Like
He went to Morehouse.
yeah,
That's the white dude. I knew that went to
right.
Morehouse.
Let me tell you something. If you black, if you white, I'm gonna give y'all this cheat code right now, and at least 100 people probably gonna watch this damn episode. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the cheat code. If you white, why in the hell are you trying to go to college at Harvard or Stanford, UCLA, USC, Michigan? Nigga, go to a fucking HBCU. You can go to school on a minority scholarship. It's not just for minorities of like if you're a minority in that school or if you would be a minority at that school. My English teacher graduated from, man, should I say this? I'll say it. He graduated from Miles College in Birmingham, Alabama, and a historical black college is where anyway, a lot of famous black people went there, right? Well, he went there, white as hell, from Coleman, Alabama, goddamn on a chicken farm. Motherfucker couldn't get into none of the other schools. He applied for Miles. They said, hey, you can go here for free. That motherfucker went there. He ain't never been around no black people his whole life. Decided, hey, this is where I'm going to college. Everybody in his high school was like, what are you going to go there for? He said, shit, it's free. Like, you don't have to be around a whole bunch of black folks. He was like, well, they said he was going to have to be around a bunch of black folks. I know they said, you're going to have to be around a bunch of niggers. And, and he was like, kudos to him. He was like, man, fuck all that. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm trying to get this bread, trying to get this education. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to college. He said it's the best thing he ever did. He said he hung out with white people his whole life. He got to hang out with black folks. He said that was the best time in his whole goddamn life experience. Like, come on, man. Go to a historical black college. I'm trying to get my stepson to go to historical black college. I'm working on him. I said, boy, let me tell you something. You like a quarter white or a quarter white, quarter Filipino, whatever. But let me tell you something. You can go to HBCU and it's free. Man, wait till he turns 16. I'm gonna be telling him, look, bro, you can go do, you know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be popping. So I think I'm gonna convince him to go to one. Because you can always visit a campus that's cool, a bigger campus somewhere else. You could always do that. Like, don't worry about that. But yeah, what was we talking about? I just went off of HBCUs. But I fuck with this movie, and that's all I got to say about that. I'm done talking about Supercell. Rap Man, hit me up. Quit ducking and dodging me. I ain't even looking for that $7 you owe me, dog. Just come on to the show. Do the show and let's talk about nerd shit, man. You clearly a nerd. Like, shout out to this fucking rapper ex-drug dealer, street dude who decided he was going to make a sci-fi film or a television show. I think he wanted to be a movie first, but he was like, I'm gonna fucking write this sci-fi shit. He was on tour, did an interview. He said, I'm gonna write some sci-fi shit. That was 2019. And now here we are. We're talking about his show. I'm telling you, man. But he didn't do it in the UK. He did it in America. He sold it here, made it there. Only in America. Sorry, I'm just trying to take credit for some shit. Let's see here. I'm trying to go through our little comments before we get out of here. Talking Terry says, as a white dude, I love reading shit like that. As a white dude, I don't think that we use honky enough. Imagine an all-white gangster rap group called Honkies with Attitude. I'm not mad at Honkies with Attitude, to be honest with you. I probably would listen to them. Being a honky, my honky, you feel me, honky? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Like, why can't we get that going? Because white folks like saying nigga too much, in my opinion. Like, I say nigga, but I grew up around nothing but niggas. So, like, when I walked outside into white world, I never thought, I didn't even know white folks knew the word nigga. I didn't know they knew how to say nigga. I thought they just was gonna say nigger. Thought that was all I was gonna ever hear. But then you got, yeah, nigga. Like, wait a minute, hold on. What? I think you need to calm down, mister. So if white folks started saying, like, let's just say talking turd, that white folks just started saying honky tomorrow and like, yeah, honky, yeah, my honky. Yeah, and like they don't say it. Hey, Terry, they don't say it with the Y. They say it with an A. Yeah, honky. Yeah, honky. Then I would stop saying honky. I would never say honky ever again. If motherfuckers, if white people started saying honky today, in the morning when I wake up, you'll never hear me say honky ever again. I swear to God. I call it the H word for the rest of my motherfucking life. As long as white folks just stop saying nigga. You know what? I wonder what chaotic theory would say about this right now. Just ask. I'm just saying. I'm asking for a friend. I just wonder what he would say about this right now. That's like, this is when you need conservative friends right here. Actually, first I want to read this one. Little Frosty said, Terry, did you see any famous people at BlurredCon?
Blurred, BLERD, Black Nerd. Yes. There was Phil Lamar was there, and so was Walter Jones, the first Black Power Ranger.
Phil Lamar and Walter Jones.
And Ashley, can't think of her last name, but she was the first female Black Power Ranger. She was there. I want to say the dude who played T'Challa's dad when he was young in that flashback scene of Black Panther, he was there. And who else was there? I think another voice actor was also there.
Damn.
So they've been getting their like little their guest list getting better. Oh, Joy Reid.
Joy Reid was there?
Weirdest one, because she was like the last minute guest that they just somehow, because I think her kid wanted to go to BlurredCon, and I guess they found out and they were able to talk Joy Reid into being like, hey, do you want to like give a panel and do a meet and greet with fans and stuff? So she was there. I was like, that's weird as shit. Joy Reid is here, but apparently she was there for a kid and they got her to do a panel.
Yeah, that's awesome. Phil Lamar, the Black Power Ranger. I was hoping, really hoping you were going to say, not for nothing, I was really hoping you were going to say,
right? Yeah, I don't know why they haven't gotten to him yet.
He's probably extremely busy. And
like,
if there's a Star Trek,
I feel like they've definitely asked him before or trying to get him.
Yeah, if it's around like the same time as some Star Trek shit, then it probably ain't gonna happen.
I mean, Comic-Cons are already popping right now. Like San Diego's is next week.
Little Frothy, I'm trying to see I'm trying to make sense of this. Turd, is there a British equivalent to the word honky? He'd say, give me that honky D. Phil Lamar tight. Joy Reid is a big deal. And Blur.
Just not in the nerd culture, though. That's why I was like, well, that's weird, but that is a big guest.
Yeah, Joy Reid is a huge fucking deal. But like you said, it's a weird situation to know that, like, to like, you wouldn't assume that she's gonna be there. Even if she's there, you're still like, whoa, why is she here?
That's what I'm saying. I
Somebody
really don't think they planned that out, and they just
somebody asked her when they saw
kid
her.
was there, and they're like, "My mom's Joy Reid. She's not doing shit this weekend. Can she do something?" They're like, "Hell, fucking yeah, why not?"
She probably had to let her kid in there, and they saw her, and she was like, "Oh,"
because it was super last minute when they announced her. It was like two weeks beforehand.
Or maybe she's just that big of a nerd, you know what I'm saying? And she was there, and nobody expected her to be there, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll do something. Shit, fuck it." Like, one thing we don't do enough as Black people is talk about how nerdy we are, and we don't express our nerdiness enough. And that's why I believe there's not enough Black people doing what we're doing here. We, having conversations about movies, television, anime, and sci-fi, all kind of shit. Like, there's just not people who go into this. Most people in our culture or our racial background feel like they got to talk about BMF and fucking shit like that all the time. And it don't gotta be like that, y'all. We do not have to focus on, ignorant culture that perpetuates one way of thinking that we have within our culture, right?
Like, if I look up, this is my one weakness to indulge in that, which is I like Hip Hop Daily. I don't really like Trap Lord Ross, because he's a white dude, so I don't really like. But he do be doing his research on him. But it was Hip Hop Daily and Trap Geek were my two favorite people that just always delved into all the drill beats, all the murders, all the robberies, all the bad stuff. But when you get to one of those channels, you're gonna see hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of all these channels that just all talk about the same thing. Like when Julio died, there was like just because I already get into that, I had so many videos by like so many different channels telling me about that. And there was just like, well, there's not that many Black nerdy channels. It's like us and Black Comic Book Geek and Movie Files.
Right. Yeah. So to that point, I understand there being a pocket out there for that. Like, I understand, that's out there, and I look at that shit too. Like that shit about King Von. I watched a 3-hour documentary.
3-hour Lord Ross video about why King Von is a serial killer. Hell yeah, that should win an Oscar for
it should fucking win, or at least a YouTube award, whatever YouTube is, because it's a fucking amazing piece of history that somebody documented and did a lot of work and putting it together.
And there have been so many different friend groups that I have brought that thing up to, and they've been like, "Yep, I watched that," and I was like, it just hit everybody. Everybody watched the King Von doc. Why he's a serial killer.
It's a cultural phenomenon. Even if you didn't know nothing about that dude, people have seen it. Like people who have never, like me, I had never heard of a motherfucker like it, and it still came across my lexicon. But I'm just saying, there's other spaces for us to be in and thrive in, and everybody ain't up to date on the latest, street nigga doing whatever the fuck, and everybody ain't up to date on the latest Power episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, people watch other shit.
We be doing a Bridgerton.
Yeah, like, where's the niggas talking about Bridgerton? Where's the niggas talking about all the other, rom-coms that come out? And you know what I'm saying? Like,
we do House of the Dragon. I've been thinking about catching up on it just so I can join the show and get my cousin to come back on again.
Yeah, man, you got it. You know what? He did say he wanted to come do the last episode, so you got to catch up at least before then.
Yeah.
We exactly. That's my whole point, though, is that because Travis even mentioned it when he came on the show. He's like, man, I'm glad to be here so I can talk nerdy shit with like people like me, because he was talking about how he was like, y'all watch y'all watch like shit like that, like shit. I ain't watched that shit before until somebody told me to watch it, and then I watched it, and now I'm like, oh shit, like Black folks, we can step outside of ourselves sometimes and fucking really fucking still kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we was growing up, that was not the case. You know what I'm saying? When me and you was growing up, I'm a little older than you, but like still, when we was growing up,
you wasn't talking about people talking about anime.
No, or you talk about Dragon Ball Z. That was it. You could talk about Dragon Ball Z.
That's anything else? No.
You might be able to
play no Magic the Gathering. That was for sure.
Oh hell no! You get your ass whooped. You can get your ass whooped for skateboarding in the hood back then. So now that we've stepped outside of those societal norms, or I don't want to say societal norms, but I guess it is cultural,
self-imposed stereotypes.
We can bust out of that, and we can still, our culture goes everywhere we go. Wherever you walk, you still gonna be Black. So everywhere you go, you take everything with you. So you don't have to worry about, losing nothing. Just go out here and experience everything, man. Because, we can dominate. Or if you don't, I'm not going to be mad at you, because that just leaves more room for us. It's like Movie Files, Black Gay Comic Book Geek, LaRon, and FD Signifier. Shout out to all. Hey, that we can be the only ones left. Nerds at Night and Drunk Banthas. That it could be 6, and we can just yeah.
That's a very big pond for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's a huge pond. Or you don't have to create nothing, man. Just like and subscribe. Come on over here, like, subscribe, share with your friends. This is a weird question. Talking to her. What generation are you guys from? Oh, sorry, I read it. I thought he said, when I read it at first, I thought he said, what generation do you guys think I'm from? And I was just like, what? That's a weird question. But what generation are you guys from? I don't know. I'm a millennial. So yeah, I'm a little older millennial, but I am a millennial. For sure. Yeah. This was a good episode. We did a good thing. I don't want to beat this horse to death. Y'all should go check out Supacell, man. It's a good fucking show.
And all the other UK shows that we listed. And look forward to, now we got to think about making this shout out to UK shows. We got to think of a couple that we're going to go over.
Yeah. Hey, Talking Turd, just get it together, man. He already sent me a message on Twitter. So get us a list and maybe join us here next Thursday, man. We would love to have you on, as long as your shit checks out and your paperwork works, and if your green card is still active. Terry, where can the people find you?
You can find me
man,
always on my Pinstagram, or my Instagram for my pins, which is
other side.
Pins.
The other corner.
It's on mine because my camera's not flipped.
It's right.
It's right. Like, no, I have my camera mirrored just so I don't have to remember which way to point. I fixed that. But get yourself some custom pins. I got all kinds of pins. Like, this is a specialty one that I just got. It's not for sale, but it's just showing you just how crazy the designs can get.
Ooh, where's that for? Japan somewhere?
Yeah,
Chinese New Year.
My or like here, you could do a little mashup. Goku Pikachu.
Oh, Pika.
And then I just did this a memoriam pin.
Oh, dope.
You know, so you can get your custom pins made. Like if it's not on my shop, you know, if you always wanted to get your own pin made, I can do that for you. And just a little demonstration of what we can do. All colors, all sizes.
Yeah.
Cheaper than liquor pins.
That's right. And if you got a company and you want to get some pins off, you know what I'm saying? You can also hit them up for those. You can get a big ass bulk of thousands of pins from Terry. Do it. Make yourself go through it. Shout out to everybody who made a comment today, man. The comments was busting down. Shout out to Talking Turd. Shout out to the fifth Bantha. He said, talk to y'all Monday. He's out. And wait, no one watches. RD is my main channel. Oh, what's this? I don't know how to say this. It's on the screen. No one watches RDEE. Is my main channel. Just so y'all know, that is Talking Turd's main channel. No one watches ARDEE. Check that shit out. If you like it, I love it. Yeah, I am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. And for Terry, that's him right there. And shout out to producer P. She went to bed. This is the Bantha Bunch Show. We do this every fucking Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on this couch and wherever the hell you watching it from. Man, thank you so much for joining us. We've been having a good time. I'm going to take this shot. Peace.